Huh?
So
you guys like that intro? Who's fired up right now?
That was epic. I'm all fired up. Like, let's go, baby. SDCC, what an intro.
You were actually right on
drum at the end, though. Like,
explosion
or something.
It was a real, like, it was this build up, and then there was like no payoff other than our beautiful faces. So, guys, listen, welcome in on another Thursday PFO. We got SDC PFO Thursday night. What a special day. I hope there's 1 million people in here tonight, but we'll settle for hopefully around 100. I'm hoping. Let's say hello to some of the folks in here. We were talking for just 2 minutes.
If we had a crazy good turnout this morning when I couldn't even open my eyes, we should have a good turnout tonight too.
You know what? I was able to log back. I'll talk about it because
we'll talk about
this was not a normal SDCC for me at all. But let me say hello to some people first, and then we will get right into it. Monster Pete, Pedro, welcome in, my friend. Hope you're doing well this evening. I'm not going to give everybody listen. Pedro was first. That's why I got the special intro. Now I got to go a little bit faster. Hello, David. Squirrel Girl. Hello. Why is that hard for me to say? Anna, welcome. Ola. Travis, what's up? That's Pete and Travis. Hey, it looked like a bunch of people. Ace, how are you doing this evening? Pipsqueak, hello. Daft Funk, good to see you here again. Pop Funko UK never misses a PFO. I'm pretty sure he's got better attend, or she. No, I think it's a he.
No, Steven's a dude.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Like, I was assuming, because I feel like I know him at this point, but, you know, I'd never like to just cast whatever. Brian, welcome. Funko 411, welcome. And Jeremy Knapp, I hope you're doing well this evening. Evelyn, welcome. Jeremy, again, I'm sorry I'm saying hello twice. Susan, welcome. Damien, welcome. Temple Boys, welcome. Guys, if I missed anybody, I apologize. Use your super chat like Dennis did, and like Travis did over here. Actually, Travis gifted Dennis a members. So welcome, guys. Macklin, welcome for the last 25 months. Not welcome to 2 years.
Welcome to the day one SDC recap, but we've been doing this also for a while.
for a little bit. Wayne, thank you for 18 months, my friend. And Brian, thank you for 11 months. I'm sorry. I am trying to there's so many little buttons over here that, guys, listen, I'm going to stop talking for a second. How is everybody doing? How are you guys doing? It sounds like, what a day, huh?
This is the best day I've had in a while.
I think I'm good. I'm like people don't realize SDCC started last night too. Like, this isn't day one. This is day 2 already of SDCC, because the preview night last night, a lot of things were going on. But I think a lot of fun stuff happened. Always kind of interesting things happen too. And then,
different stuff too.
People are happy or sad one way or another. They get stuff. They don't get stuff. They get deals. They don't get deals. They figured they pay too much and are sad later on. I don't know. I think I'm done buying for the week. Now, I feel I saw
a bunch of people that were done buying last night. They just scooped up all their stuff for preview night.
Yeah,
from all the whatnot auctions. There was so I guess the first thing that I want to address, just so everybody knows, like with the preview night last night, Funko sold items. So that's how people got items to auction off. The only shadiness that was occurring was that the glitter Huckleberry Hound, and there was one other pop that wasn't sold for preview night that somehow people did get and were auctioning off. I can't remember the other one off the top of my head, but that was the only shadiness that was happening.
The other Huck was in the cardboard thing situation.
Yeah, apparently they didn't have the official sorters or whatever, or sleeves, whatever. But I think it was fine. Just do the brown sorters or whatever. I think that was fine.
And none of the print Batman Robins were at the con at all. So none of those.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah. Thank you, Colin. The blueprint Batman and Robin. Yeah, but somehow people still had them on whatnot. So I don't know what was happening.
Yeah, I was checking out the whatnot. I'll be on here. Let me give my little spiel on what happened.
Chat's
honestly, and I've said it over the last couple of weeks with PFO. There wasn't a whole lot from Funko. That actually was nothing. I'll be honest. I have not had in my 6 years of collecting and like 5 years of being like officially like knowing what the Funko shop is and really like being locked into the community, especially over the last 4.5, 5
Yeah, but
years.
it's not a surprise. You're a Motu
No,
guy. You're an
no,
ad icon guy, and
yeah.
you're a Disney guy, and there was no ad icons, there was no Motu, and there for Disney you had Stitch, and I think you guys have plenty of Stitch.
And there was no Star Wars, and there really
No
wasn't
Star
anything.
Wars and no sodas. And
Yeah, I mean,
I know you're pretty picky with Marvel, which is understandable.
yeah, and you know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm not, that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying it like in a negative way. Now, with that being said, I did kind of I wanted to try to get because I'm a degenerate a little bit. I just wanted to try to get I mean, I'm just being honest. Listen, I opened up a lot of mystery boxes now.
No, did you get any of the Huckleberry Hounds? The mystery.
No, you know why, John? Because I actually forgot it was SDC Thursday. I hate to say,
God.
like
John even went live.
Dude, I've been doing videos all week, so that's on you. That's 100%.
No, I 100%. I got the notification. So, and also I work. So unfortunately, like I was at work today, and unfortunately, like this morning. Now, usually, but see where the difference is usually. Hopefully, my brothers and my dad aren't watching this right now. But usually on like con drop days, I will either be in the bathroom. You know what I'm saying? Bathroom break time.
Yeah.
Like at 9 a.m. our time, or like I try to make special arrangement, make sure I don't have anything going on for those days. I knew I didn't necessarily have to do that for today because I kind of was like, I'm not getting anything, but I did want to get the Huckleberry Hound. So what I did do, I missed it because it was about 10 o'clock. I did go back and watch John's because I wanted to get a feel for the day. I wanted to feel. I was glad that you did that this morning. I know Josh went live last night as well, and last night I was completely tied up, which that was a whole other story. But it was kind of nice to see the Huckleberries were up for a minute or two.
Yeah,
it kind of bummed me out because I knew I could have got a couple. But
they were up for 18 minutes. The bundle sold out in a minute, which was very surprising.
I feel like the bundles have been selling out quick, except for you know what?
And to Funko's credit, they actually threw in the limited pieces. They threw us a Hail Mary. That was the key. That bundle would still be up if there was no limited pieces, but they put 4 limited pieces guaranteed in that bundle. Sold out like that. Look at that. Look at that, Funko. Magic formula. We cracked the code.
People wanted the point. Maybe they had a coupon to use. Easy way to throw it in there.
Well, there was no way. There was no way people had coupons that fast.
No, it's and it's one of those things like if you're because we've had cons like this where I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna get like 60 or 70% of this stuff anyway. Lock me in. C2E2 last year was a perfect example. I was gonna get like, I don't know, around 60%, but I wanted the Freddie and Franny. I knew that was gonna be really the only way to get that. And I bought that bundle. But they got to entice you with that bundle. And I think doing exactly that, and I think we've said it here a million times, that they have to include those limited pieces because then it makes sense. There's incentive to get the bundle and sell everything. Now, there were things that sold out, which actually, you know what? I'm going to bring up the website real quick. Let's
bring up the website. There was some wacky stuff that sold out.
At what we have left.
Hashtag look at that.
I mean, I think it was probably the smoothest checkout. I will say, too, I loved how they had a countdown clock at the top. I think that was good that you had a countdown clock of when it was going to go live. And it was easy to get on here. It's interesting. The first thing they have is a pop stack in there, though. I found that
that is a little bit weird.
They want you to buy a stack.
Now, not surprised Huckleberry. Not surprised the glitter Huckleberry. Not surprised, even though
the glitter took a while. The glitter took a long.
Glitter took a good while.
It was not instant. Yeah,
it was close. Was it not close to lunchtime before that?
It was about an hour, a little after 10. Yeah, a little after 10 o'clock, it sold out. Yeah.
Oh, was it that soon? Okay.
Batman sold out quicker than I thought. I wasn't expecting to see the Batman blueprint sell so quickly.
I think because it probably would have sold quicker if they had them at the con, but people knowing they didn't have them at the con, I think actually probably a lot of the con people might have went on there too to buy them. And I wonder if we'll have a chance at both stickers, like either sticker now with those. Yeah, because if they never got them at the con,
maybe
probably will. So you might get a con sticker.
I think some of these, when they're only 2,000 pieces, just do them all the con stickers. I mean, when you're talking, I always thought that was weird. Like we've got a couple Bigfoots that way that are con stickered and shared
like,
sticker, but they're limited
split.
piece.
I hate
It
that.
doesn't make a lot of sense. Like, what, do 1,500. I don't, but you know what? It's weird. Whatever.
A lot of big stuff. Look at all the big stuff. Anything sold out from the big stuff? Nothing.
Nothing.
Not even the Pokemon. The Pokemon usually sells out, even though it's shared. It usually
the big Naruto one sold out. That thing is crazy. I just saw that one. I just saw that con sticker go for almost $100 because the person was smart. They took a UV light and they lit it up, and the thing is crazy. Yeah,
I mean, for $35, it looks like you're getting a deal for $35 because this thing is like very detailed. It looks gigantic.
This is the funny predicament that I've noticed. Like what is the sweet spot? Because I feel like stuff goes live 9 o'clock, right? And if stuff doesn't sell, like we want it to be available for, I think 5 minutes. I think 5 minutes is the appropriate time that the community wants the stuff to be available. So the 5 minutes that it's up, so most people, if not all people, have a chance to get it. But man, after that like 5 to 6 minute mark, people are like, it's not sold out. Why is it not sold out? It should be sold out. What's going on? Why is it not sold out? Like, it's like people are expecting it to sell out, and if it doesn't sell out, then they start to get upset and they start to get frantic and everything. But it's like, hang on, what about the stuff that does sell out in years past that you didn't get, that you were so upset, like, oh, it's not fair, it's sold out? So it's like, what is the sweet? I would love to hear everybody's feedback. Like, what's the sweet spot to where we're happy? It seems like we're never happy.
If you have nothing sell out though, then I would worry. Like that, like if you had nothing that sold out, then you kind of like, what's going on? I'm really surprised how many shared things are not sold out. Usually shared is way lower stock, but maybe people are smarter and want to go through the retailers to get them this time because they know it's going to be easier. I don't know if you're going to save much, but it's interesting when the shared stuff doesn't sell out. Like,
why is that interesting?
Because the shared stuff is a lot lower stock on the Funko shop. Like the Pokemon's a great example. In the past, the Pokemon.
But how do we know? There is no like clear cut
lower stock. I mean,
but it's not. I'm telling you, they're loading up 10, 15, 20,000. Like there's so many news sources putting out misinformation. Unless it comes directly from Funko, you can't trust any numbers.
No, but I mean, in the past, we've always seen like things sell out and people are like, oh, this sold out. I'm like, yeah, because it's also sold at Box Lunch and they have the other 30,000 of them. So it's
that's not the case anymore. Funko is carrying a majority of the stock. They're not, the shared retailers, they're not carrying as much as they used to. We've been dealing with this last 18 months. Walmart, Target, they don't want as much Funko on the shelves. They'll take some, but they're not taking as much as they used to. And you'll see it. Like I've gone into Target, Walmart recently. Like Walmart barely has anything. Target has actually, it's back to a nice display to where it's like nice and clean. It's not just like a mess. And from what I've noticed with Target, it's actually mostly biddies. So it seems like they want the biddies in the store. They don't want the full-fledged pops. So I think on the website, like Stitch right there, I bet you there's 50,000 Stitches. Like just it's crazy numbers for the shared stickers.
Yeah, and
I'm not expecting these to sell out.
I'm not either. And I think I'd like to see them go kind of like what you had said. I think it was a couple of weeks back, John, maybe when we were looking at these. You need to kind of have the con stuff. For me, has got to be limited pieces. When they did say that this onslaught was not a 5,000 piece anymore, and
so we have to set the record straight because so many people have been saying incorrect information.
Okay, Funko, set the record straight.
Here's the record straight. Funko, and I know Colin is going to drop a good bit of information like he did this morning.
Yes.
Where the Funko blog put that the Azrael Batman was 1,500 pieces. That was a mistake. Funko never announced it through their official social media pages. There was no glam shot with the sticker of Azrael Batman being 1,500 pieces. Funko also never announced that the onslaught was 5,000 pieces. Those were both two pieces of misinformation that came directly from other news sources. And unfortunately, the Funko marketing team doesn't have a loud enough voice to where people, get most of their news from dish trackers. They get more of their news from Funko Pop News.
Yeah,
they get more of their news from, Pop Holmes and all these other people that have big followings, that 90% of their information is accurate. But when they have that 10% error, like we just saw with these two pops, people go by that thinking that Funko gave these people the information. They're not getting their information from Funko. They're just hearing little bits and, from people here and there. Funko needs to get better. Like, there's no reason 2 weeks out from the start of the convention, we should know everything about the items. We should know what's limited, what's not limited. We should know the cost, what comes with a hard stack, what doesn't come with a hard stack, the bundle. The fact that Funko did screw up on this, though. They said the bundle was going to be $615, no limited pieces. Then this morning, all of a sudden, loaded up $665 for limited pieces. Like, that was crazy. So, like, the marketing team is just...
They were watching.
I don't know.
I mean, who knows? They figured they got the Batman and Robin now to throw in there. Yeah. Like they had to know about that screw up a couple days ago, at least. Because all the stuff from the con would have been delivered already to the convention center and all that kind of thing. So they had to know that screw up. They had to know, what else they had left and how many bundles they're going to make, because those bundles are ready to ship. I was surprised. My stuff shipped tonight. Like, I saw a shipping thing saying your order preparing to ship. Here's your tracking number tonight for my order from this morning. So they're like on it to get this stuff out. And the bundles usually are already packed. Because I remember the time you got the bundle, John, it was packed nice and had everything.
Oh, beautiful.
It was like but it was already pre-packaged, probably like that. Like, they probably spent this past week pre-packing, getting that stuff ready yesterday or the day before, because then all they have to do is slap a label on it and get it out to
especially
you.
When you're dealing with like miscellaneously sized items, like
4-inch
pop, 2-packs, moments, deluxe,
that's a big like box. That has to be a big box this time.
Colin has a good point too. I agree, and I partially disagree with that. Like, we should know if pops aren't coming to the con or not. I think if something is like super last minute, sometimes they might not have time to make an announcement.
Checking their shipping till they start unboxing.
Yeah, but at the same
find out it didn't get to them.
But at the same time, like, that's a perfect opportunity for them to go live on Instagram, for them to go live, like whatever they consider. I don't even know, like, what do they consider? Because I see a lot of people get their information from Twitter. Like, I don't know what Funko actually considers their main source of information. There was also some information that came from their email,
Instagram stories. Yeah.
The email, I think it was who said it? Greg, I think, said it this morning. Greg said that they actually emailed out that they wouldn't have the Batman and Robin at the con, but like, who checks their email? Like, like, who's reading these spam emails? I could barely drink my coffee this morning. The last thing I'm doing is checking spam emails from Funko. So they definitely need to do a better job at getting the information out, especially during, this is San Diego Comic-Con of all things. Come on, this isn't rinky dink Walmart parking lot con. Like, this is freaking San Diego Comic-Con.
Yeah, for me, I don't know. I don't know. I hope that they change up what they do with. I think that, the last 5 years has been different, because it's going to kind of bum me out. I think not. I think that most of these are going to sit here for a while. Like, and the point I was trying to make with the Onslaught, like, I don't know who Onslaught is. I like that it's kind of. He looks like Magneto, so I'm sure it's I'm just not up on with my X-Men probably the way that I should be, but. Like, I think it's kind of like it's a cool character. I think that it's, I think Herbie's another example of it too. Like, if that thing was limited, I feel like SDCC has got to be one of those things that you're trying to like really get people excited to jump over to the website and really like, drive that. Is it a huge, I wonder how much they actually sell in one day. Like, is it still the same kind of draw? Are they making like buckets of money the way that they used to? Because they used to sell out, and I don't think that they were making just way too little. And maybe the demand was just so high back, when they would sell out of things, and that's why this stuff sits here. It's going to bum me out.
Well, I think
this stuff is still there 6 months from now.
So I have two things to add really quick in regards to that. So one of my really good friends is at San Diego Comic-Con right now. He was there last night for preview night, and he said that he's been going to San Diego Comic-Con for the last 10 years. I know Zach and Linda are there. I know Pop Stop is there. A lot of people are there. Maybe they can confirm or not confirm this, but my friend, he sent me videos of the Funko booth, the Rocky Moto booth, and the Lego booth, and he said it was the craziest jam-packed preview night he had ever seen. That there was lines wrapped around all your major retailers and stuff, especially from Funko. He said today it was just literally an onslaught at the Funko booth, people trying to scalp each other's time slots and stuff. So I don't think you're seeing any difference at the con. I think the difference is the mentality at home, because a couple people have already said it in the chat. We've only been live for 20 minutes. They're saying, I'll probably just wait till these go on sale. Because we've seen so many sales over the past few years on Funko's own website, I don't think there's a lot of draw for a lot of people to grab some of the shared stuff.
I think that's it.
They're just like, you know what? This is cool. I like Stitch. I like Shadow. I like Spider-Man. But you know what? I'll catch the next 25% off sale and I'll grab them all.
You know what, too? A lot of people might be like, well, I kind of want the con sticker instead. I'll like try to see if I can find a good deal for a con sticker. If I pay $10, $15 more than retail, I'd rather, pay $10, $15 more retail and get the con sticker, because I know ultimately, like we've seen in the past, typically some con stickers are really close. Other con stickers are like night and day, like price between the shared and the con. It's like 50, anywhere from double to triple the price and things like that. I would say like pricing last night, gave a peek into it, but I only saw one or two sellers really on Whatnot last night. And it was mainly with those sellers there. I don't think people realized people were already getting Funko too. Like, I don't think people realized they could buy stuff already and get stuff and sell, because I didn't see any of the kind of big names I would probably see on there. I think I saw one company's name. I forget who. Maybe it was Plastic Empire or someone like that. And then one other person, selling stuff that was from the booth, like bought, and I don't know if they bought other people's spot, because they had quite a bit of stuff, I would say, from what they had. So they bought people's spots or got other spots and got quite a bit of things. But I'm curious, like today, how it will go tonight. Like, I saw people earlier, like saying, and I think you mentioned this in your video too, John, or talking about it, like, Whatnot during the early mornings, like you can get some deals sometimes.
It's a buyer's market. Yeah, if you're trying to sell, it's a ghost town, man.
I would say
anything pre 11 a.m. Yeah, forget it.
Like, don't sell for $1. Don't start at $1.
No, and that was one thing I actually noticed today, but because I always check Whatnot. I wasn't even looking to buy. I wanted to see what things were selling.
That's actually, for. I hate to say this, but that's actually when I buy most of my minifigs, because it's the same in every category. Just Whatnot is a ghost town in the morning. You can get some crazy deals, man.
Well, and that's what I was going to say. This morning, nobody was auctioning any of the pops. They had them all as buy it nows. They just had them in the. I mean, there might have been some people, but every auction that I went into, they had them as buy it nows, and the pricing didn't seem like outrageous. Most of the stuff was like at $35 and for the buy it nows, except for the clamshells. The clamshells, I think the lowest that I seen today was 140. Most people were trying to sell it for 170. I want to say for the. And really, that's not even compared to like last. Like, I thought that honestly, I thought day one with that stuff coming out, I thought that those would be even higher than that. It didn't seem.
Yeah, I thought they were going to be higher. I saw.
Yeah, I did too. I thought it was 200 plus out of the gate. I think we might have said that here too.
Well, they're $40 retail too. By the way,
right?
They're not cheap. They're $40 retail. So anywhere from double, a little over double, and that is realistic. Triple, probably what you're going to see most of the time. And then who knows? I think as we go later in the con, I think they'll actually get pricier, because I think people realize how limited they are. Like each day they're only going to have
starts kicking in more as you get
500 maybe each day. Right. If you think about it, they're going to only have 400 or 500 each day, because they sold some on preview night, because I actually grabbed some last night. That was the one thing I wanted from the con. And I found it for a price that all three of them for a price it couldn't beat. Really, it was like I think it's going to be the lowest price I'm going to find them. And it was kind of like the Funko Fusions and that we got. It was like, if you find it at a right price and what the feeling is on how this is going to go as the week gets later and things get harder to get. And
well, Josh, you have the experience too. You've been doing this a long time. You know what's a good price and what's not a good price. Like, you know how the market fluctuates.
And I don't mind paying a little bit of, like, I know I'm going to pay a premium for them. I knew I was going to, like, there was no way I'm getting them for retail unless someone was kind-hearted and waited line and were like, I don't want these. I'll give them to you for retail or plus whatever else. But think, if you pay $40, you're paying tax on that $40 in California. How much is tax? Like 9-10%, maybe more in California. I don't know how much San Diego is, but they could be $50 retail out of the gate. Like, that's what, like, I think all these sellers forget they pay tax on all this stuff too when they go through the Funko booth, and it, like,
oh yeah,
all the stuff, and then you pay your fees on whatnot and things like that. I don't mind paying something reasonable for them for the clamshells, but it's crazy to see, and that's something I was more nostalgic. It's the one thing I wanted with the, from the con, with the con sticker from Funko, was like, if that's all I get, I'm good. Like, I get that. And I got the stuff on the Funko shop this morning that I was like, I want to try for the mystery Huckleberry. Who doesn't want to? I love mystery box. I love opening stuff and having a chance to get a 100-piece thing or a 500-piece thing or whatever. So, but I think I saw other people get deals because they were like selling, the person was selling it and they would auction one thing off, and whatever it went for, that's what they would put everything and buy it now. And I'm like, some of the stuff, I'm like, man, they're putting it, like, even the Voltron, I think they were only selling the Voltron for $300. It's $250 plus tax. It probably cost them more than that.
You're gonna after you pay your whatnot fees, like your
whatnot fees and everything, and you have to get a big box to ship that thing in. And
so I want to bring something up because I've seen it a few times here in the chat. Saw it this morning, and it's something I've been really thinking about over the last week or so because it's San Diego Comic-Con time. What's up, Mason? Hope you're doing well. A lot of people have been saying, oh, the pops aren't con worthy. And I've really been thinking about that because every year we go through this, and I want to use 2018 as a perfect example because you guys know me. I love Star Wars. Thank God we have some great Star Wars news to talk about later in the show. But there was a pop that dropped for San Diego Comic-Con 2018. It was the first time we ever got Cad Bane. Nobody cared. That thing sat. Nobody wanted it from the con. You could get the shared sticker for like $10. You get the con sticker for like $20 shipped. Nobody cared about that pop except for a few of us Star Wars fans. And there were some other pops that were good from that year, but at the time were considered duds. So I think this mentality of like, oh, these pops aren't con worthy. In some cases, I agree, like seeing something that's like been overdone, like a Stitch. I'll use Stitch as an example. I think Stitch has been overdone. I don't think Stitch is a con-worthy character. No. I think if they were to use like Leroy or maybe some obscure other experiment for one of Stitch's cousins, I think that would be first-time character. That's what I consider a con pop, like first-time character or something that's so cool, unique variant, something that's so creative where it's like, yeah, that's cool. Like Batman, perfect example, not con worthy. Like we've had so many Batmans, unless it's a clamshell, which they haven't done in 15 years. Batman shouldn't be part of the catalog. He also shouldn't be part of the catalog 3 times. Like you shouldn't waste, we only have 34 spots this year. You're giving 3 of them to Batman. Unacceptable in my opinion. But look at the catalog for 2018, 2019, even go back 2017. Look at some of those pops. In the time, they were not appreciated. Right now, here in 2025, there might not be some stuff that you appreciate because you just don't collect it. It's just not something that you want. So in your mind, and in my mind too, I'm like, it's not con worthy. It's not con worthy because it's just not something I collect.
You know what, though, if I'm being 100% honest right now, which I like to do every once in a while, I like to try to be 100% honest every once in a while, and I'm looking at the catalog, okay? I'm looking at the catalog this year in specific, And listen, you could say whether, because I agree with you. I think a lot of times there's those sleeper pops that hold better value down the road, become grails. Like I'm looking at this right now and I'm fine because I'm doing this on a video that is going to be up for a while. I would venture to say that we do not have, like I'm looking at it, and when you start saying not con worthy, like Batman, another Batman, like, yeah, too many Batmans. Like, other than maybe
Naruto.
I'll be
The
honest,
Fairly Odd Parents 2-pack is a perfect example of something, in my opinion, that is conworthy.
that could listen, but SpongeBob, like another SpongeBob pop.
Another
Like, I
SpongeBob?
don't think I don't think that's gonna hit the mark. I honestly I like this Herbie, but I feel like I'm gonna get that at 50% off at some point. And I'm not, I'm not trying to like cast doom and gloom. There's just not that excitement for me to say, I'm gonna pay full price because I've got not burned, but you know what I'm saying? Like, it's happened so many times that like I'm okay with that. Like, if I really want to have it, like, I'll buy it at full price and have no issue whatsoever. Then there's those fringe purchases that would I like to have it as part of a set? Yeah, maybe, but I think I'll wait. Maybe I'm going to pick up something else. But like, I'm looking at the rest of this stuff right now, and I don't see anything that's like you have to, like, you are really like Bing Bong with the talking bubble. If the talking bubble wasn't
If it
there,
didn't have
like,
the thought bubble, it would be really good.
I 100%. I honestly got
Break it off. It's okay. Just crack it off. You're good.
You know what? I almost was gonna buy it and do that because I showed Bree this too, and I'm like, this in this shadow. Like, and we've had so many Sonics too. Like, I didn't really want to add another Sonic, even though I think he's kind of cool. It's like, I'm gonna get this Sonic.
That should have been last year.
That's what I'm saying. When we say conworthy, like this year out of most, and again, I don't want to, like, I don't think that the Spider-Man's horrible either, but like another Spider-Man for, like, I like the obscure characters, the stuff that we're not going to get. Like a Bing Bong out of the blue is great, but like a speech bubble Bing Bong, Onslaught, okay, it's a little bit different. One sleeper that might be in here is if Taylor Swift turns out to be Dazzler in the movie, which that's been like that could be the sleeper out of this con drop that I'm looking at right now. Because other than that, maybe the Sasuke thing, I'm just not seeing.
You know what though? I think they have to have a good mix of stuff. Like, I feel like
they did a good job mixing.
You have to have some popular stuff though, and some like obscure stuff. If you have all obscure stuff, then you kind of like, I think if you notice, most of the popular stuff is with retailers, like bigger retailers.
No, you're right.
Have them in store. And I think that's why it's like those retailers want, like Box Lunch wants a Stitch. It will sell at Box Lunch. Like a surfing Stitch will sell. They don't have to, like, I don't know if, you know, what's the, I'm trying to think of the penguin's name. Pingo, right? Or
Pingu?
Pingu. Like, he wouldn't sell a Box Lunch, probably, right? Like, I don't know if he would, but Box Lunch, the customers at Box Lunch will buy a Stitch, a surfing Stitch. You know, customers at Target will buy a Batman or a Spider-Man or a Shadow sitting on the shelf, even if they don't even know that it's San Diego Comic-Con. They'll still buy it off the shelf.
I'm gonna throw something out. I agree with everything you just said, Josh. Oh, and also Michael Reyes, the Mystery Huckleberry Hounds have the con sticker. They are all limited, so you don't have to worry about that. Crap, what was I gonna say? Michael ruined my train of thought here.
Michael.
I'm gonna say something controversial. I've already been attacked several times today, so light me up. But I don't think anybody's gonna really have an issue with this because it's the truth. I think that San Diego Comic-Con, your Comic-Con, and then we have like our third, JV con with whatever location Funko decides to make the spring location. I think that cons have been heavily influenced because of anime. And I think anime has been the best and possibly the worst thing that's ever happened to Funko as a company, because they consistently do what we want to see with anime. Every single con, we see new characters. We see crazy molds. Like, you can't deny that, like look at the Nico and the Mini Mary. That's our first time getting Nico, right? Am I right? For my One Piece fans, like, they do that every single con. It's like they are putting so much stock into anime, and they're like, oh, we got to kill it with the anime. Like, we're gonna get all the One Piece fans, all the Naruto, all the Dragon Ball Z, all the My Hero. Like, we're gonna get them all because that's our money makers. And then they're like, ooh, well, we should probably fill out the catalog with stuff that non-anime people like. Oh, give them a Batman. Oh, give them a Stitch. Like, give them a Spider-Man. Like, give them, like, they're playing the hits. They're playing the characters that everybody knows and love. They're not taking risks with the other lines because they're like, we're taking a risk. We're going to put extra money and extra creativity in these anime designs because we know the anime people will show up. And to their credit, the anime people do show up. I've been cruising through Whatnot streams all day. And what are people asking for? They are asking for anime. I just saw 2,000 people in Chalice Collectibles freaking begging for some new anime character I've never heard of and lighting up their buy it now. Like, it is just the demand for anime is so high up here that they're like, oh, you like Marvel? You got Herbie. You can have her. Like, nobody wants Herbie. Come on. Herbie's the new movie, but come on, like a week from now, no one is going to care about her.
So
I'm sorry.
Does that tell you something though, John? I think a great example is like what you talked about with just Chalice. I mean, well, that's a whole nother story we can talk about in a little bit here because but a great example is like a limited con sticker. I don't care what kind. Like the other one could sit on the Funko shop for like a year. For like the last one from WonderCon, I forget which one. It was selling with the con sticker all day long for $80. People would pay $80 for this thing. They would outpay like all these other, like the She-Ra, all the limited edition ones. They didn't care. They wanted this one, and they would keep paying for it. It had no limited edition or anything like that. And they wanted the con sticker because the other one just sat on the Funko shop without the con sticker. And it's kind of interesting. I wonder if like are anime collectors the most critical with con sticker or non-con sticker for value? Like, I feel like now that has become the thing.
maybe they are, but they don't even give Star Wars fans a chance to be critical. Because guess what we got for this con? Nothing. We got Goose Egg. I can't even choose shared sticker or con sticker because I literally have nothing. Like, it's crazy. Like, they could have dropped Ventress as a con pop today, and people would have been going bananas. We would have been so happy. Well, just give us one scrap of a new character.
They kind of did. I mean, we didn't get to purchase it.
You know what though?
It's
like
scary.
I don't think they want to sell it as a limited. They want some of those Star Wars ones as the bigger, like they want to sell them and sell them and sell them and sell them and sell them
because they're scared.
Because they can make money. No, but also they can drop it bigger and make money if they drop it in a different way. I don't know. We didn't get a feel for like they didn't. I know we just got the shots from the Star Wars pops that you're talking about, and I've talked about like those are the lines they need to focus on for a long time too. Like those are the two main things that they showed there are two of the lines that they will do very well with. They start making some more stuff with it, but it's also that sense of you can then drop it to a wider audience than maybe a con. Maybe they will have one thing for a con that's here or there, but who knows? Like what was going on? Why did it take it so long to get some of those? I mean, we're talking about like the stuff they're showing is from shows that are 10 years old. Like
that's why they're scared, because I'm telling you, all the characters that they just came out with on that picture, there's a lot of even Star Wars fans that don't know who most of those characters are. And if they were on the picture at San Diego Comic-Con on the bulletin board, if they were on the flyers that people were handing out, they'd be like, oh, that's so cool. They're making a new Captain Rex. And like some Star Wars fan behind them be like, that's not Captain Rex. That's Jesse. And they're like, oh, I don't know who Jesse is. I'm not going to get that one. I'm telling you, these pops would not sell well at the con. They would be sitting at the booth. They'd be sitting on the site. So at least if they push them out as commons, it's like it's the least risk they can take, because if the retailers can't sell them, then they clearance them out for $5, and it's like, oh well, we tried to give the Star Wars fans what they wanted.
Yeah, I mean but I think maybe it's the opposite. I think that they can put stuff out with SDCC. They're slapping a sticker on it, and they can put out pretty much anything, and it's going to sell. Now, is it going to sell like to the nth degree? No, probably not. And do they have to, like, are they, I don't, who knows? Are they actually limiting this? Would the Star Wars stuff not sell, but would it be like what you said with Cat Bane, you can name several Star Wars things over the years that maybe didn't sell. I remember a couple, like I can remember when we talked about Chrysanthemum a couple years back, and
I
I'm
was
pretty
fired
sure
up.
John,
I was
you
fired
said it
up.
was going to
That
be a
did not
grail.
sell out.
Nothing.
That thing was $5.
Tank.
Dirt.
Right.
Dirt.
Well, and then they released another version of it, which
They have a
It
flock
didn't matter.
version.
The first version was
Great.
still superior. It didn't matter. Nobody cared. Nobody
No.
wanted him. So, like Funko, and it's not just a Funko thing. This is a universal company-wide collecting issue. Any company, like you, if I'm Funko, I'm putting up exactly what they did last year. They can take a risk. They can be like, the farthest risk they will go is they're like, all right, we'll put up Kylo Ren. That's what they did for New York Comic Con. Last year for San Diego Comic Con, they took a risk with Thrawn. They threw up that Vader because they're like, all right, everybody knows Vader. We can sell a Vader all day. They put up 2 Thrawns, and I think they made the decision to make the limited Thrawn so that the other one would sell, because I think they decided to make the first one the non-diamond, and then they were like, ooh, who's this blue guy again? Let's make a diamond one. Let's make a limited piece one. So the limited piece one will sell out. So that kind of like it manufactures hype. And then you look at, because like if you look at the characters, like you have this like C to D team list of characters that they made 2 of for last con, which was a horrible strategy, which I hated. You had Zero, Baymax, Grand Admiral Thrawn. Like you did duplicates of these characters. Like I'm sorry, like in Grand Admiral Thrawn is in no way comparable to Zero, who is like Jack Skellington's ghost dog that we barely saw in Nightmare Before Christmas. And Baymax, I never saw Big Hero 6. I don't know how much of a role he had in the movie.
Great.
he had a pretty big role.
It's the main character.
I'm glad he had a pretty big role. Was, Grand Admiral Thrawn over here is taking over the universe and doing a lot of big bad stuff. I don't know what Baymax is doing, but I don't see those characters as comparable. So I think they got nervous with Thrawn. But I'm just saying, my point is they could throw up anything original trilogy all day and it'll sell. The rest of us, like at home, I'll be the first one to be like, it's lame, that's boring, but it will sell. There's just something about it, and it's a universal collecting issue. Original trilogy sells. Anything outside of that, it's a risk, and companies lose money. Generally, it is. It's a proven fact. They lose money.
I will say, I like the route Funko has been going lately to do a lot of these like 9,500 piece, 5,000 piece, whatever they're going to put on this. I think 9,500 is a great amount. We're seeing these at retail exclusives. Like we just saw the Uncanny Spider-Man. I actually picked up another one, John, if you need it. I have one for you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Need it.
I'll pay you triple.
Yeah, it's a flipper price only.
That's the only way we do it.
And I got high cash on it, so I'm making really good bucks.
Making bank on John. Good job.
Banking on it. But also, if you think about it, like all the other stuff that you're looking at is like those kind of things is what you can do with some of this. Though I think it's a good thing to like if you had something like. We'll just say the Cad Bane from yesterday years. Like if you brought Cad Bane, or I mentioned Bendu. So Bendu is from you have something that's very obscure from kind of Star Wars, but you put a 5,000 piece on it. That's probably going to do all right. Like, but it's crazy. You could see whatever number on a diamond Thrawn or a diamond, we got the bag with the diamond R2. Look how much that's going for still. Like, it's crazy to see some of those kind of things still go on. But I think if Funko moves in this direction to have kind of 2 arms, they have the retail commercialized, so we can pump out what we want arm, and then we want to make collectibles for our exclusive partners, the 9,500 pieces, the 5,000 pieces. And these will sell out and they'll be gone, but it drives that market to our retailers. They know what they're getting in for. We haven't seen anything up until this point totally flop yet. Like I'm sure there's going to be a flop.
You know what? It's good that you said that tonight when we get that Snow White tomorrow. The blue.
Tomorrow might be our first flop of the night. Flop of the time, because I think
it'll still sell.
It will. You know what? It will sell out, and there's a small part of me that is bothered by that because, I think some like you could see like I think you're right, Josh. I like where they're going with that, but I also don't like some of the direction that they've taken with just the repaints, making it glow instead of not glow, doing a translucent mold with a mold that they already have. like they're starting to run down this like wiggly little road that, hey, we could sell out any crap that we're going to send. Like, I'll pull up the slides here. We'll start with the Star Wars.
But I think Uncanny Spider-Man's a great example, right? They don't have another Uncanny Spider-Man, and
No,
they did the
no, I think that's a great example.
That's the kind of example I want. Like,
Yeah,
not
the same.
glitter.
Unfortunately, the same argument could be said for Sensational Spider-Man, which is available today. I don't think, unless you're a super Marvel nerd, you're not going to understand the difference between multiple Spider-Mans. You're just going to look at it and you're like, oh, it's Spider-Man, and you need somebody else to be like, well, you know, it's a different version of Spider-Man. Or
Spider-Man
if that was 9,500 pieces, that probably would have sold out today.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. But I'm just saying it wouldn't have sold out if it wasn't 9,500 pieces. If that was a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, it would still be sitting there just like our buddy Sensational Spider-Man.
You know, and that's a good statement right there. Like that Herbie that I talked about earlier. If that was
Herbie's gonna be rough.
If it was a 5,000 piece though, I would have picked it up. I'll be honest with you, and not because of value. It's not a value thing. It's just at 5,000. I know
I couldn't get it. Was going to be harder to get it on the aftermarket.
That's exactly it. Now I got to make this decision. Okay, it's a 5,000 piece. I don't think it's selling out today. Even a 5,000 piece Herbie, I don't think it's selling out today. But maybe tomorrow, maybe the next day. I'm going to just get it now. I'm going to get it free shipping. I'm going to add a couple extra things to it, and I'm going to pick that up. Now, when I see a Herbie, and I know even though it's SDCC, I don't feel limited anymore. I can wait a couple months. I can wait till Black Friday and pick it up for $6.
And that's the problem.
And that's what I'm saying. So
there's multiple problems at play here.
There is multiple problems. And listen, some of that stuff, I think the catalog for me just didn't fit my collection, which it is what it is. I think it fit other people's, but other than the Huckleberry, I didn't see people saying, oh, other than a couple of the anime ones, because I heard from people and I seen people and I messaged other, like a couple of the anime ones I know people were excited about, but like for the most part, I didn't hear people clamoring for Herbie, Spider-Man. Some people picked them up, and I'm like, I have been there many a times that I've been on the fringe with things, but like there wasn't anything that really compelled me, especially with the way things have gone over the last year and a half, 2 years now. With
there's also some Marvel fatigue built in there too.
Oh, there's definitely.
I want to address a couple of comments before we bring up the slides here, because I don't want to lose them, because there's some good points in the chat. Kai Guy says there was only one Thrawn forever. Nobody knew about him. That's why his price like went so high, because the Star Wars people got him. And everybody else was like, oh, I don't know who that is, but cool. I can go sell it for $300, $500, $700. Daft Punk says the pops they revealed today would have sold well because the Star Wars community would have hyped them up. The Star Wars community has hyped up stuff in the past that then went on to flop. They did hype up some stuff that then went on to sell well. I'll give you an example of something recently that was hyped up, and then like I don't think I heard a single person talk about it the day after it dropped, and that was Starkiller. Starkiller is one of the best Star Wars pops we've gotten in years. Has anyone said anything about it? Anybody else in your auctions ask about it?
I didn't even know that thing got released. What do you think?
There you go. It was released on May 4th. On May 5th, everybody forgot about it. Nobody cared.
It's the truth, and I remember that pop.
I think the winning formula for Funko in regards to Star Wars is you drop 2 pops for the con. You give me a Luke Skywalker, you give me a Ventress. You give me a Vader, and you give me Jesse. You give me a character that you know is going to sell well, and you take a risk with one other character. I think that's the way you do it. I honestly believe, and I'm trying to look at this from a business perspective and a realistic perspective, and I'm going to get to Mr. Bink's comment because this ties directly into that. The wave that they revealed that we're about to look at right here it brings tears to my eyes with how beautiful and how legendary this is. However, if all of these were con pops today, they would all still be on the site. And there would be like 12 of us that would be fired up and pumped up, and we would be on Whatnot trying to get the con sticker. There'd be a couple hundred people who'd be like, oh yeah, I grabbed the shared sticker. And then there'd be all these other people that would be like, who is that? What did that person do? Like, what's going on? Like, I'm telling you, like these are niche characters that we want, because we're sick of Vader, we're sick of Luke Skywalker, we're sick of Kylo Ren. But it also ties into what Mr. Bink said. This is honestly Star Wars fans' fault. Since the original trilogy, I don't think there's been a consensus piece of Star Wars materials that is considered top tier. And that is a problem. I think partially, I don't think you should blame the community 100%. I think a lot of blame falls on Disney, because the sequel trilogy divided a lot of people. The Mandoverse has divided a lot of people. Ahsoka has definitely divided a lot of people. A lot of people have not watched Rebels, Clone Wars, Bad Batch.
You're missing out. If you haven't watched Clone Wars and Rebels, you guys are
most people.
Like,
unfortunately, that is most people. So you can't blame the community because everybody grows up in their own era. You can't control when you're born. You can't control what content is available when you're alive and you're growing up and everything. When you're an adult, young adult, kid, whatever. So yeah, the Star Wars community as a whole is very divided. So to give Funko like a little bone, they have a really hard job to do because they got to figure out what can we put out that is going to sell well, that people are going to like. And the secondary market, the numbers don't lie. And that's why I did my video the other day. Thrawn tanked. Vader is one of the few pops from last year's San Diego Comic-Con that has actually gone consistently up in price since it was released. Everything else, with the exception of some anime pops, all went down. So there you go. I mean, it's just proof is in the pudding right there. Thrawn tanked, Vader went up. That's how it is. Anyway.
I was going to say Vader looked really good when you actually saw it in person too. Like, I don't think
it did, and I didn't. I didn't give it a chance when it came out because I was just so angry over Thrawn. But I've talked a lot about Star Wars, so I'll let you guys do the first takes on these.
I don't like them, so I'm joking. I'm just joking. No,
oh my god,
that was perfect. I waited till you took.
That was good. That was good.
I know how to. You know. Listen, personally, as somebody that was born at the wrong time, like I was born during the original trilogy, but personally, when Rebels and Clone Wars I'm sorry. I hate to even say this right now because I'm probably offending my whole generation. I enjoyed Rebels and Clone Wars. Like there was parts of that whole storyline that is just completely different for me. I thought it was so much better. Unfortunately, I think it was better than the original trilogy. If you have not watched Rebels and Clone Wars, listen, if you're watching this anywhere, not like John that hasn't even watched Jaws yet, especially during Shark Week. You think that John would go watch Jaws, but he's not going to watch Jaws. But if you were listening right now, go back and watch Rebels and Clone Wars. If you like Star Wars,
so give me your 10-second spiel. But why? Because I've been hearing this a lot from people, and I think there's so much content now where people are like
so much deeper, and you don't listen. It actually makes the original trilogy probably even better. It enhances it. Like if you like the original trilogy, Clone Wars and Rebels and Bad Batch, I'll say the same thing for it. It just goes way deeper because you had years to develop the storyline over it. It just became so much you get entrenched in it. And honestly, it's what I love about Rogue One. Rogue One is my favorite, of the more contemporary, Star Wars movies. Why? It makes and listen, I'm going to piggyback on that. If you have not watched Andor season 2 yet, Andor season 2, there was parts of Andor season 2 that gave me the chills. And it was maybe a little bit slow at times, but to develop the whole story the way that it did, it takes you and it makes that original. I love all the backstories and how everything kind of intertwines and the telling of, how Darth Vader became Darth Vader through Rebels and Clone Wars and all this stuff that kind of gets mixed in and that kind of, it's just, for me, if you're a Star Wars fan, you're doing yourself a disservice. Is it?
Yeah,
I don't know if that's the right word. Right. I don't know if it's the right words or not, but regardless, you need to go back and watch this. And honestly, this Adventurous looks amazing. I'm not crying. I was getting choked up in a different way. Kanan, this is when he was blinded by Darth Maul. I shouldn't give away. I'm telling people to go watch it.
Well, most people are not going to go watch it, so you can give it away.
Okay, well, I'm giving it away. Perfect pop. I'm glad that we're getting this wave is just, for me, it's perfect. It's a perfect wave. And I wish the only thing that would have been cool, and I get it because they're announcing today, these might be off in the distance a little bit. I would have loved to see one of these as a con pop to introduce this line that we're getting because I'll be honest, if they would have had one of these pops in here, I would have made sure I was on the site this morning to get my $65 worth of stuff. I would have added several things, and they would have made not just the 15 or whatever, whatever these are going to $15 or whatever, they would have made 65 off of me because I would have found some other stuff that I would have been on that fringe with.
You would have thrown in your Herbie to get that.
I would have got
shirt.
my Herbie today instead of paying for $5 for it. Mark my words, guys.
Yeah.
Black Friday, Herbie will be coming home with me for $5. Let's see if I'm right. Who knows? It might sell out tomorrow. But I thought this wave is I can't wait for it. This is the first wave of Star Wars stuff. Like I'm gonna get Tales of the Jedi. I'm not like I haven't watched all the Tales of the Jedi, and I think they had something from the dark side or something like that. I haven't watched all that yet, so maybe I'll get into that. But Rebels and Clone Wars, like this stuff was perfect for me.
Yeah, I mean, I've been talking about forever, like if they're going to make more Star Wars pops, Rebels and Clone Wars are the route they needed to go. I think there's just a lot of there's so much opportunity with them, but also, all right, so Clone Wars is definitely for you that like the original trilogies, I think, and want to like get more into like the between the original trilogy and the second trilogy, like like get a lot of like that kind of stuff, like if you started liking some of the other later stuff and enjoyed like those pieces and parts, I think Rebels is a great thing because it also tells a lot of the Jedi history. So if you're into like the Jedi history and more about the Jedi and the background of the Jedi and stuff like that, Rebels is kind of like a lot around that as well too. But I think they had just a lot more storytelling they could do with these compared to a movie. That's a great thing about kind of these, and kind of tell a lot more and build the characters a lot more too. Like you get to know a lot of different characters throughout this whole time. I think these are really good. Hondo they have made before, but more as like a Disney Parks exclusive.
Yeah, it was a Disney park.
Look, They did that one, but I've been saying, definitely Kanan definitely is one they should have made a long time ago. That was one I've said they made him. I would love to see, Bendu with him. I know John was like, no one will buy it, but maybe no one will buy it, or maybe do it a 5,000 piece. But if nothing else, it looks like a cool creature. So maybe people just like it as that. Sometimes people like dragons just because they're dragons. They don't care what they're from, sometimes. But I think, as they go along, is it anniversary of any of these too? Is that coming up? Sometimes they do that around anniversaries and things as well too. Is like more things come around if it's like the whatever. So I feel like sometimes that is part of the reasons why. So I'm just glad they're making some of these. I think these are good supplements to make for their other 12 Vaders they're going to make that year as well too. So.
Yeah, I've wanted a blind Kanan for a long time. I'll start with him. I don't think he's going to sell well, unfortunately. I look at his previous pop, and his original pop is beautiful, but there's still so many people that don't know who Kanan is, and he's such an important character. I mean, they even hinted to him at in Ahsoka season 1. For those of you guys who saw Ahsoka, if you guys remember Hera, the green Twi'lek, that's her boo. That's Kanan. He didn't make it through Rebels. He had an ultimate sacrifice that was pretty legendary. One of the few characters that Joanna actually likes because he didn't return from the dead, which some characters tend to do in modern
still got time.
media.
He could be back. You never know.
I hope. No, he is not going to be back. Freddie Prinze Jr. said that he is dead. He will not reprise the role. He will not voice him in any shape or form. Ventress is pretty legendary. I saw some people already said in the chat they don't care about Ventress. They're not getting Ventress. Ventress is a huge deal because it is a character. I know, right? But that's the thing. Like, it's a character we've been begging for years. There was that leaked proto last year where we thought we were going to get her, and now we finally have her confirmed that she is coming. But yeah, like, still some people are like, whatever, it's Ventress. Like, come on, Count Dooku's apprentice. But here's the thing that's really cool about her. She showed up in Bad Batch. We got a little bit more backstory on her on Tales of the Underworld. Like, she is one of those sleeper characters that we could see make a return. I mean, we've never seen her in live action form. That would be super cool to see her on the big screen and everything. But I get it. Like, I like her character because she's conflicted. She was trained in the dark side of the Force, but she has a spark of good in her, which is pretty cool because you see a lot of characters that are from the light side of the Force, or they're inherently good characters, but they have like a like a spark of bad to them, where they make a couple bad decisions, or you see them kind of like, flirt with morality and ethics here and there. Ezra kind of did that in Rebels a little bit. The Jesse, I mean, Jesse is so good, and it looks like we're gonna have a common and chase variant here. I hope the masked one is the chase. So what's unique about Jesse as a clone trooper is he has the facial marking on his face, and he carries that over to his helmet, which is really cool. This gives me a lot of hope because we got that retro 5s. I really hope that we get a regular 5s.
I am positive that we're going to get a regular.
We have to, right? Hondo's great. He's got his little pet, which is cool. I think Hondo is a prime candidate for somebody that we are going to see in live action very soon, if not in Ahsoka season 2. I think he's a candidate we're probably going to see in Skeleton Crew season 2, because that show has been renewed somehow, even though I thought it was kind of rough.
Did you hate it? You hated Skeleton?
No, I didn't hate it. It just wasn't my cup of tea. It was.
I liked it. It was a family friendly kind of Star Wars show.
It was fun. It wasn't Andor. It didn't like Ford.
Yeah, I didn't hate it, but it was a little weak. And honestly, the pop that I think that so many people will not understand, and that's okay because you have to be like in the weeds. You got to be in the thick of it. I see Monster Pete. He's been sleeping through this whole time. I know he's not buying any of these. I know he doesn't care about Star Wars, and there's lots of people that don't care about Star Wars. That's okay. This is my bread and butter. I don't care about anime, and I applaud people and I champion. Yeah, I champion people like who get excited about anime. Like, I want you to go get the stuff that you love. This is the stuff that I love. But most people don't realize that on the screen right here is Count Dooku. Count Dooku was a Jedi.
That's Count Dooku?
Yeah.
So I'm so used to seeing Count Dooku. Like, I remember the movie. I thought that I liked him so much better in he would have been in the Clone Wars, right? Yes. And I liked him so much better. I just like the way he was animated. This doesn't feel like Count Dooku to me. But I didn't think that the regular pop did either. So.
The key thing that gives it away, if you were kind of scratching your head, is his curved hilt on the lightsaber.
Yes.
He has the unique lightsaber, but he was a Jedi. He actually trained Qui-Gon Jinn, if you guys remember, Liam Neeson's character from episode 1. And in Tales of the Jedi, even though, like, I highly recommend watching Tales of the Jedi for the simple part of the fact that they're short episodes. They're super quick. You can bang them out. I think they're like 16 minutes each, and there's 6 of them. You could watch one a day. It's not gonna bog you down or chew up your schedule or anything. But Count Dooku, it's so cool to see because he questioned the ways of the Jedi from like shortly after he started getting his training and became a Jedi master and everything. And, then he got coerced by the Emperor and everything, Darth Sidious, and and then Darth Sidious betrayed him and everything. So like he had so much happen to him, and then of course he got beheaded by Anakin. So it's like his arc is just so crazy because he was so intelligent, but yet he still fell at the hands of the dark side when he had already defected to the dark side and worshipped the dark side. Like it's insane. And I love how those little episodes give you more backstory on those characters because you can see what good storytelling is. And at the end of the day, like listen to Vince, like go watch Clone Wars, go give Rebels a chance. I love Bad Batch because it's good storytelling and it gives you backstory on these characters that make you connect to them and relate to them, which unfortunately there's other Disney Star Wars projects where they don't do that. It's just, you watch some of these, like Mandalorian season 3 was so rough because it was just it's just so hard to like find a point in the timeline. It's like, all right, why do I care about these characters? It's the same thing with Skeleton Crew. I couldn't really get into it because I'm like, are there stakes? Like, what's happening here? Like, why do I care about these characters? But like, that's why we all love the clones, like us prequel fans. I know Chase Chaser said he wants more clones. That's the other thing I want from Funko, and I feel like that would be so easy to do because you don't even have to pick a specific era of the Star Wars timeline for us to get pops, because a lot of these clone characters do pop up in other shows. Like we saw a beautiful reunion of Wolf, Rex, and we saw Cody as well in Bad Batch. But like, what I mean? It's like we haven't gotten these characters before. I just want to see them give us characters that we haven't gotten. But I love all of these on screen. These are all must-haves for me, and it doesn't matter. Like, that's another thing that's come up over the last 24 hours. I don't know if you guys have noticed this too, but the number one question we've gotten in the last 24 to 48 hours is people specifically messaging us and saying, should I get this pop? Is it going to be valuable? And this is something that I've seen come up over the last few years during con season. These pops, I literally don't care if they are worth $5. If I lose money, if I pay retail and they go down, I don't care. It's because these characters matter to me. They mean something to me. I want to collect them. I don't care about their value. And I feel like we're getting away from that as collectors. And I think it's because of the post-COVID collecting boom and everything. Like, we need to get back to collecting the things that we care about, and don't worry about what other people think. Don't worry about what it's going to be worth on the aftermarket. If it's going to be worth something on the aftermarket, who cares? Aren't you going to buy something to keep it anyway? If you're going to buy something with the intention of selling it later down the road, go invest in the stock market, because that's what the stock market's for. You buy a stock, you hope it goes up, and you sell it later on. I mean, if you want to go make money right now, go invest in Labubus or Pokemon. Like, that's not what hobbies are supposed to be about. Hobbies are supposed to be about you expressing your passions, collecting something that means something to you. And if it happens to be valuable, great. If it doesn't happen to be valuable, oh well, you still love it. I think we just need to get back to that.
It can be both. Like, if you like that aspect of the speculation stuff, there's definitely things that usually it's going to have a number nowadays. And again, we could go back to we can list a million things that were just on clearance, back in the good old days of, the beginning of Funko. But again, that was a long time ago. I think a lot of that stuff was not overproduced like it is now. I think we're in this era where, you collect what you like. If it goes up in value, fantastic. I think that these are great. They fall into my wheelhouse. They fall into Josh's wheelhouse, John's wheelhouse. We love this stuff. We'll move on from Star Wars into something that me and Josh, I think that's the next slide on here. And it's definitely,
I know what that is.
Yeah, you know what this
We've been waiting a long time to get some more of these.
You got Crowley on the throne. You got Bobby Singer. In the middle, you got Death. On the right, what was that guy's name? Jack?
Yeah.
That was Jack, right? And is that Dean all the way on the right? Who is the guy all the way on the right?
I'm trying to see.
Somebody's gonna have to help out in chat. I'm sure somebody knows.
I've never seen Supernatural, so
Supernatural is other than Star Wars.
Anna, I want to talk about that later, so hold that thought for me, Anna.
Death is funny because Death is like one of the characters doesn't have a lot, like doesn't talk at all. So it is a great character. And then Crowley on the throne is great. I'm surprised they made another Bobby a little bit. But man, look at what the original Bobby is. It's like $100 plus.
I think it's good. I think if you get like a second,
but it's a different character enough, a different mold.
Yeah, and if you get a second one that somebody can pick up, like you really want to collect Supernatural, but it's the second one. Like, I feel like they've handled the Supernatural line pretty well. They haven't gone and I love that they didn't give us another Dean, another Sam, another whatever.
I mean, yeah, we just got some here. We got the two recently from the Funko shop, so they're slowly rolling out some other Supernatural. There has been a rumor from earlier about Supernatural being maybe one of the NFT drops as well too. So who knows, were these going to be part of it? Is there going to be something completely different? There's tons of other characters they haven't made from Supernatural that are pretty well-known characters that could easily be the NFT ones. So I think they're just coming out with more of these. Fan base is pretty heavy still, even though the show's gone. It had a long life and still gets a lot of views on Netflix and everything else. Great cast. They are most of the cast, all but Dean, really, of some of the main characters, was at MegaCon last year. So I saw them. I kind of regret not getting some other autographs. We've gotten Crowley's autograph before, but the others we hadn't. So, but some awesome. I think this will be a really popular set. Something has to be like a Hot Topic exclusive out of these. These are the days back in the day when the Supernatural launch was, when they had the pre-release Hot Topic exclusive stickers and stuff like that. So I think it'll be a fun line.
I personally hate those. Whenever we get them in collections, I'm like, oh god, this red Hot Topic sticker is worth $80 more than the regular one, because you have to find like a diehard sticker collector who cares about it. Oh no, I love it. I love it for the people that collect it. I don't love it when I have to sell it.
Yeah,
like,
that I get.
I gotta hype up the
justify
sticker.
why you should pay more, like $60 more.
And it's like, oh great, now I'm handed this like this problem, and it's like, you guys created this. You guys created the secondary market.
Like the Bobby with the pre-release sticker. You don't see too many without it though. Like I don't ever see too many without it. So it's always curious too. Like, did just not make any more after they released it, Hot Topic and that kind of thing too, or do they just sell, those kind of things? So it'll be fun to see what they do with these, what other characters they have coming out. Who knows? This is the line we got a couple rides from already. So, will we see? We haven't seen any ever moments or anything with them. So I wonder if you'd ever see kind of a moment or anything with any of the Supernaturals. So, but I think there's a huge fan base. I mean, we can tell already in here. If you haven't watched Supernatural, you got plenty of episodes
I love
to
that
watch.
show.
So, yeah, I mean, we put it on the background sometimes just because we've seen every episode and some of them twice. So, it's like you could just put it on the background and kind of enjoy it as well, too, once you've watched it. But if you haven't watched it, it's a lot. It's a lot because there's, 14 seasons? These are real TV seasons, not Netflix 8-episode seasons.
No.
These are real TV seasons. So.
Yeah, you had to put the time in, too, because they didn't release them all at once. It was definitely, you had to be watching every week. Now, next slide is something that's probably near and dear to my heart. Metallica, like I've kept a couple of these through the years. Yeah, we won't spend too much time on here, but Metallica. I think that is there clamoring for Metallica right now? I don't know, but I think it's good that we got the guys back when they're much younger.
Do you think we'll get them individually or as like a 4-pack or both?
I don't know. I probably Funko, probably both. I mean, why not? I like when they do the bands. Like I'd rather just.
I like the 4-pack and just get them done. Like just buy the 4 or 5-pack and get them done.
If they're gonna do all these like this, I just throw out the 4-pack, 5-pack, and whatever. Obviously, is 4-pack, but yeah, just do that, and then you're done. Now this next slide, because I'm looking at what this next one is. I'll be honest. I don't know what I feel about any of this stuff over here. I didn't get to watch. Like I've seen some of the clips, but I didn't watch these element things. It looks like they're going to be like stands you can put your pops in. Like, is this a good idea?
Make them stands, or I thought it was like a pop yourself thing.
No, I think they're stands for like your pop, pops, and there's like elements or like fire around them.
That doesn't really apply to most characters unless they're anime. Half of the anime characters are shooting fire.
They already have fire and stuff coming out.
out
of every which way, to be honest. And
I mean, it's when you want to have your Star Wars guy blow up and you put him around there. That's good.
Yeah, or like Breaking Wind, whatever that one in the middle is doing right there. I don't know what that guy.
I don't get the pop protector.
I never really heard of clamoring that anybody liked these pop protectors.
I mean, they've been around, and I mean, they look good on some pops, but first, their pop protectors suck. So unless they improve their regular, the regular pop protectors, these aren't the pop stacks. These are like their regular, and they're like
flimsy
3 millimeter or something. Like they're terrible ones. So unless they actually improved them and made them better, and they asked Vince how to make them, they're going to give you the
secret, guys.
So I mean, I like the Bloody and Slime. I do not get the big snowflakes, but the Bloody and Slime look good on. I will say I have seen them on pops. They look good, like Alien Pop. And
listen, if they want to send me a pack of the snowflake ones, I'll put it on the Christmas display. I'd like to see what they look like on 5 or 6 next to each other.
I'll throw them on my Festival of Fun ones when they come.
Yeah, I think they had shown one of them with one of the fest. Their protectors are just they're not the best. They're just not.
Unless they improve the protector. Yeah.
Let's see the next. I don't know. Batman Ninja. Sometimes you see some of this stuff and you just wonder I don't like being negative
There's
because
probably a
some people
comic
don't
around
like
it
it.
though. Like
I'm
there's probably something
sure.
already around it.
I'm sure that there is.
I don't know, man. Joker looks like he's gonna bring dishonor to his family. I don't know what's happening there.
Gonna bring something, all right. I mean, it's
I mean, I figure like they have to like mash up DC every way they can, mash up Marvel every way they can, and throw in some like Sanrio and mash them up with everything they can. Like I feel like these are like the mashup kind of things. I mean, who knows? These probably will look good. Like the molds will look pretty cool. If they make the boxes look really awesome too, it adds to it. Like I really feel like the a great example was the Imperial Palace ones. Like a lot of those pops look really good, like the metallic blue Batman and stuff like that. And
look at this. We already have conflicting reports. Batman Ninja was a bad movie. Batman Ninja is a great animated movie. We got to figure out, boys.
Listen.
What's the consensus?
The only way we can do it. This is a movie that I'm gonna have to watch. I guess
this is like a movie that you got from Redbox for $1. Like that's the movie.
We're there. We gotta make pops of Batman Ninja, the animated movie. Like, wow,
they really got to renew that license. I think the League of Legends pops are cool. I know
League of Legends, I think, is a good one because that, from what I understand, like that's not really in my wheelhouse, but it's a video game, right? That's a video game. And I mean, from if I know about it, it must be popular because like I don't know that much about video games other than Call of Duty because that's pretty much all I play. But League of Legends, I think that's cool. It's good to see them. Like that's fun that they're starting that line. You know what's kind of surprising is like all the Fortnite pops. Speaking of stuff that we used to just kind of disregard and get rid of, like all the Fortnite pops are starting to pick up a little bit of steam with people, which is kind of weird.
I knew they would eventually.
Yeah,
like,
I'm not. I guess I'm not.
Peely's what, like $60-$80? It's a common like Fortnite.
Peely was almost $100 at one point.
Was it?
Oh. Yeah. And I had two of those for such a long time.
Back in the day for like $7-8 probably.
I loved Peely. I mean, if you go way back on my Instagram, I had a couple pictures of Peely at one point because I thought that was cool. I think League of Legends will do good. I think that's a cool line that there's
a lot of. I mean, from at least what we see, and we have a unique perspective because with all the collections we buy, right, we don't get in a lot of many video game pops, so people are clearly keeping them. And then you have the flip side where you have a lot of people asking for them. So there's not much supply and there's demand. So I think that's perfect. With Batman Ninja, I mean, I love DC. I love Batman. Those are not needs for us. So.
No. Yeah. No. I mean, unless
maybe you go watch the movie. It might be like your thing.
If you love
I don't know. Based on the conflicting reports, we're at a 50% here on Rotten Pop Force Tomatoes. I don't know. I don't know if I want to go see it based on what we got so far.
Yeah, I'm not getting overwhelming vibes that I want to go see this. We're getting more. Listen, Pennywise.
What is a penny? Is it something different? Like what is?
So.
This? What are these? Are they
from what I understand, from what I could tell from the clips and stuff, I think we're getting some more. There's a new show I think coming out and the chat can help us on this.
There is. Dairy's coming out.
Yeah, Welcome to Dairy or something like that, or something to that effect.
Yeah.
And I believe that's what the Pennywise is from.
It just looks like
Demidog looks like it's like a coin bank or something. I don't know.
I think it's a coin bank, an incense holder, something like I don't know, your phone charger. Maybe I don't.
It could be. I'll be honest. I don't know. I grabbed the screenshot. I thought it looked weird to me too. I'd seen that the Five Nights at Freddy's. They're bringing out a new wave of those pops.
I wanted to. I mean, I guess there are more show like things around it, the movie and stuff like that. Help Wanted 2, so they're gonna keep popping those out.
Yeah, which I watched the last one. I didn't think it was horrible. I thought it was kind of okay. Wasn't great. It was kind of a weird storyline, but it was fine. Okay, more protectors, which we definitely don't need to look. So these are Hunter, but they're sitting. These are sitting ones that you could put like on
they're gonna be like on your shelf, you put on your shelf. Can you hang your stockings on your Hunter?
I was hoping that I grabbed, and I don't know if I grabbed this. No, I did. hold on. Let me show you. I'm gonna skip ahead out of this real quick because this is when you know anime has made it. Look what they have now.
Oh, look at
They
this.
have Christmas anime.
This is the problem.
This is what I'm talking about.
I mean, this is when they get to the point where, like, okay, we've made enough Naruto, but have we made one with a Santa hat yet? No. Let's do it.
We also have not made a Kakashi with a little dog with antlers, which is actually kind of cool. I kind of want to buy this now because I just noticed that. But I mean, other than that, I don't think Tanjiro and Nezuko, you know, I know what she's up to.
It doesn't put me in the holiday spirit.
Do they celebrate?
I doubt it.
Christmas as they're like slicing off someone's head. I don't know.
I'm surprised. Like, okay, Batman Ninja, I can understand. This is the kind of stuff that you know what though.
Maybe there was an episode though. Maybe there was a Christmas episode.
No, there's no. I don't think. I'm
made
pretty,
this up.
I'm pretty positive. I'm pretty positive we never had that.
That was perfect. That was perfect.
You've got that correct. Yeah, this is just I don't know. Sometimes when I see stuff like this, I wonder what's going on. But with that being said, you know, anime is huge, and somebody might want to.
Oh yeah, we're not the target audience, but these will still
no, for sure. You know what I'm saying? But we had to pop back there real quick before we get into this. So these were Biddy stands. They got Biddy stands now.
Yes, too.
Oh, there's zero. BTS. There's zero demand for BTS. There might be negative demand for BTS.
You're
not the right audience, John.
You're not the right audience.
We have a BTS pop that I haven't been able to sell for like a year and a half.
I think most people are probably not the right audience for BTS, but if they are, they've got these Biddy stands. And listen, does this mean we're getting a lot more? Or I don't remember them ever saying anything about rock biddies.
Are we going to get the whole
rocks biddies?
We're going to get everyone.
We're probably going to get everyone. You know what? Again, the biddies, I say go wild. Like, do Ninja Batman for biddies and like go crazy with the biddies. I'd like to see them do some less of that kind of stuff with the regular pops. But like, again, maybe not the demographic.
Do whatever you want with the $4 or $5 biddy.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And then they got the Nooks. So the ones on the right, yeah, welcome Gary, the left. The Nooks, it looks
they
like
don't look like a Nook though. They don't. The Nook is closed on like usually both sides, so it holds books. That is not a Nook. I don't know. I know they're calling it a Nook, but that's not what a Nook looks like. It's more of like a yeah,
it's not.
No, Anna, I'm a pretty big BTS fan. I know 2 of their songs. There's that song Dynamite, and I know they do that song with Snoop Dogg.
What about the Butter?
Oh yeah.
Did I just name a BTS song?
Is that a song or is that an album? I don't know.
No, I think
apparently there is a huge BTS fan base, but I don't know. None of them have found our channel.
Well, maybe you don't talk about them enough, John.
Yeah, I was just going to say that.
They're doing BTS pop reviews.
We put anime pops up for like $3 and nobody wants anything. Even like $40 pops, they don't want them for $5 from us. I see them buy they buy them other places. I just don't think we're the demographic that BTS fans would be coming to us. I think that's the problem with it.
Butter's a song. What is up with the Nook thing? I see all these companies doing these book Nooks. I feel like it's a fad.
But it's not those aren't Nooks, they're bookends, like everyone's saying. Oh, there we go. Look at fun Scooby-Doo pops. I like those.
Guys, what do you guys think of the mouse? I noticed it because there might be another 1 or 2 slides with
I'm surprised Shaggy
do more mouse. What, like, I don't know, doesn't it seem off to you?
Kind of creepy. Does it make it freak you out?
I'm happy. There's been a lot of people in our comments been complaining about not having any new Scooby-Doo pops for a while, so I'm happy that we're getting some Scooby-Doo, some non-NFT Scooby-Doo.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, listen. You know, I wonder if we're starting to, like, I know they got rid of a lot of the art, and I'm not saying this is bad. I'm not saying like this is bad and it used to be good. I'm not even saying that. But what I'm saying is, like, Scooby-Doo, like, we have all the Scooby-Doo pops. These almost don't feel like they fit into that. And then again, I'm not saying that this is not good, but like Shaggy doesn't really look like Shaggy to me.
These look like the pops you would see because you remember when I don't know, everything's changed now because we have a new CEO. But remember that end of year report for last year when it came out and they said they want to expand Funko into like everywhere. This is what I feel like you would see at the movie theater. Like these are the type of pops, like where it's not like a collectible per se, but it's just like it's like a, I don't know how to say it. Like it's like a souvenir kind of thing. Like, you know, you pick it up because you're like, oh, we're going to the movies. Oh, let me get my kid because he was good, even though you just
maybe they come with the popcorn too.
Yeah,
well,
like
I mean, it
like
could
that,
be. I mean,
yeah.
I believe they're dropping on Entertainment Earth tomorrow. So if you're looking, but you know,
Oh, never mind.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Like, I don't know.
I
It's
mean,
something's
they're
off
cute.
by it. I don't know what it is.
I think Shaggy just creeped me out the mouth, man. I think Scooby's fine. I think Shaggy.
Yeah, maybe it's the mouth. Maybe I'm just like it pops with mouths. I don't know. Like I've noticed they've been doing a lot of those lately, and I don't know. I always thought it was weird that they didn't have mouths. Now I think it's weird that they do have mouths, and something just feels weird. I don't know. I'm a Scooby aficionado, I guess, and I don't know why I'm off put a little bit by this.
No,
Shaggy.
it's a valid point. It's a valid point.
Buffy and Willow from Buffy Vampire Slayer. I knew
I've never seen Buffy, but I know like we very, very, very rarely get these pops, and they always go like lightning fast. Some of them, sometimes I don't even make it to auction. We like tell people in our group chats, we're like, "Hey, we just got some Buffy pops gone."
There's been some newer ones released not too long ago, or at least announced and pre-order stuff going up for them. So I'm not surprised. I think that's you know, they're going to slowly come out with some more.
Yeah, I think that's.
We have several of the older ones. We like this collection.
Fallout. Did you guys watch Fallout? The show.
I liked it.
I thought it was good. John, you don't watch anything, do you?
I don't know where you guys get all this time. Like I work a lot.
You know,
it's stuff you put on and work. You could still do work and put on.
I can't do that.
Oh,
like,
you can't see.
I did that in college where
that.
I'd put stuff on and I could work with something in the back. I can't. Like I don't know what happened. Like I gotta focus on what I'm doing. I can't do that.
See, I was born with something out. Like I was, I can't do work unless I have something on. So it like I
can have music on, but I can't have a show that I've never seen. I could put like The Office or something on in the background that I've already seen. And I could look up and laugh and be like, "Oh yeah, I remember that," and then go back to work and not pay attention. But
yeah, I'm weird like that. But this was I thought this was a really good show. I'm looking forward to season 2 because it ended a little bit. We need to know what's going on. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this. Like I don't know if I'm going to collect any of.
They have to have some exclusives coming out for this line.
Like I think the Maximus Chase. I think that looks super cool, and they actually had the Fallout pops from the video game. I believe it was a video game. And they had a whole line of those, and some of those are pretty expensive. Some of those original from the game are pretty expensive. And if we were able to add a couple of those like in mystery boxes, I would have probably kept them, but you know, they're pretty expensive. And like John said, I just don't think that some of the old video game pops, they just don't come around very often. I thought this was weird that we're getting season 2 pops before season 2 even drops.
They probably just want to push them out because they already renewed it for season 3. So
yeah, season 3 is already renewed, but I'm looking forward to season 2. I thought. Did you watch that?
These look that different than
I didn't watch.
I did not watch Wednesday.
Joanna watched.
Neither of you.
Nah,
how do I have any time to do that?
Like, I don't know. You have kids too. I don't know how.
I know.
You have 2 kids, not even 1 kid.
No, I feel accomplished over here. Let's see if I watch this next thing.
I
mean, yeah, I watched Home Alone.
Oh my god, is that an Eggo? Is that a toaster with Eggo waffles?
That is
that's low-key awesome. I think I'm gonna get that.
Amazons have been reduced to most of this stuff at this point, and you know some of them are fun though. Who cares? So when I go, toaster has eyes on it.
Dude, I still have my Milton the toaster. The Pop-Tarts ad icon.
Yeah.
That to this day is like one of my favorite pops because I love Pop-Tarts.
I do too.
I can't eat them anymore because they're just like a block of sugar. But
yeah, they are good though. I mean, the Hershey Kiss down here at the bottom, and just some holiday stuff. I mean, nothing crazy. We had a little wave of Home Alone 2, I believe the middle row was. We got the Santa stuff here. So they got Christmas in July. I guess they're wrapping up July with Christmas in July. And
kind of missed the boat. I didn't see any promotion for that.
No, well, you got it now. So yeah, I mean that's pretty much that. Now, so guys, explain to me what happened with Chalice a little bit, because I heard that was an ordeal, and I didn't really get filled in with this today.
I think Josh knows more about it.
Yeah. So Chalice.
I gotta find out if I hate them or I like them still.
Chalice. I don't know if you want to bring up the 2 exclusive. If you go to Chalice's Instagram, Chalice was dropping 2 limited pops, and they were told like Funko didn't want them to tell all the details about the drop. They said. And then they ended up having to because they got such backlash because they were going to do the drop, and they said, we're doing this drop, but we are doing it on Whatnot. And everyone went crazy, of course, because everyone
not gonna like that and like to hear
people that. Well, first off, thought they were going to auction all these off, like these 2 limited pops that people want. I mean, they look good. I think Naruto, we've talked about, we've seen a million times, but this is a different exclusive. And then Farron, I don't know anything about this anime. I don't know anything about this pop, but people were livid about this one. So the one that's the white hair and everything like that, people were livid about them dropping these on Whatnot. And they finally came out and said, this is what we're doing. We're doing a long stream. And they actually put it out there.
I think they're still live, right?
They put a message. They might still be, but they sold out of this one. So they're going to do $35 bundles. They'll come with the Funko Stack shrink wrap, like they have been coming. They're going to include a Chalice sticker with it, but they're not going to undo the shrink wrap. They'll let you do it if you want to. And then they'll also include one of their new Chalice hard stacks, which is kind of like a pop armor with magnets, which is $20 value in itself for $35 for the bundle. They're releasing them also at their store tomorrow. For Whatnot, though, what they're doing is, I guess they're doing it so every hour they're doing a flash sale with like 100 of them, I think, or something like that. And so they went super quick. Like I was in there for one of them, and I tried to get one, and it's like gave me
out like a second. It was just gone.
Yeah,
it was cool to see.
So free win. Okay, free win, Ace. Thanks. I've never seen anything about it. Never, but people have gone crazy about this exclusive. It's 5,000 pieces, but it seems like it's more limited than that. They're going to have some in their storage. Chalice has a good number of stores. They talked about those releases. They did a Whatnot. People are just brutal in their Whatnot about this. Like people were pissed the whole time about it. I technically thought I had 3 thoughts around this. One, it was a great way for them to promote their Whatnot, get people on their Whatnot, have stuff. They sold stuff in between. 2, Whatnot's a very fair way for checking out and getting stuff where people have learned how to manipulate websites with other tools and check out and get things on drops. And 3, they were going to like go back and they're going to cancel anyone's order that ordered multiples. So they're going to go back and you're only allowed 1 if you bought more than 1 for some reason, or bought more than 1 that's going to the same address as well to like another person in your household decided to buy it as well. They're going to cancel order as well. So they're going to, and I say people are going to be one way or another. People are going to be happy. They're like, oh, I got this. It's great. People are going to be mad. They didn't get it. Burn it down. Chalice sucks. Ban them. Like, never want to.
It's like kind of like we were talking about at the beginning, like that sweet spot where people are happy. Like it's
so it's going to be like one. And I say, to me, that was the great. This is like the perfect example of like collecting, though. You're not going to win everything. And I know everyone is going to be like, oh, people are flipping these on the market. You know what? People might be flipping on the market. Other people might have got it because they wanted it and got it for the retail price that they could get it for. It's going to be back and forth, just like anything else that drops. Same thing on the Funko shop. This morning, I'm sure people wanted, Huckleberry Hound, and they sold out eventually, pretty quick. Like, it didn't sell in seconds, but we've had drops. Example, the 750 piece, Batman comic book cover. I'm sure that sold out quickly. We had other things that were like 500 pieces that have sold out in seconds, in minutes on the Funko shop. People are going to be mad one way or another about anything around it. People are mad because they had to wait around and try to get the next drop.
Yeah, I agree with how they did everything. I want to bring up Colin's most recent comment here, because I did sympathize with this. I'm not an anime collector. I don't know who these two characters are. I don't care about these two characters, but I can sympathize with the people that were upset. Like, why? And maybe you guys can provide some insight. Like, give me the benefit here. They said that they were selling the 9,500 piece signed for $95, right?
Yeah.
I thought that was kind of like why were they forcing a signature on people, and why didn't they offer?
They're going to release it too. They're releasing that one in other ways.
The regular ones. It looks like the regular ones.
No, I know they're releasing the regular one later on, but it just seemed like, why not just drop the one?
You didn't have to buy it.
Well, I just feel like they weren't giving people an option to not have it signed if they wanted it now. People want it now. It's today.
They're not going to get it now anyways. You have to wait to get shipped.
No, but you know what I mean. People want to buy it today, and I just saw a lot of people saying, "Oh, I want it unsigned," and I sympathize with them. Like, not everybody collects signed pops.
No, I think for that one, just wait because they're going to have them available. So
I was also going to say, why are they doing it on Whatnot and giving the 15% or 13% away? But it looks like they're charging above, a pop with the protector. You would think it would be 25. They're charging 35. Is that what it was? Am I?
Well, no, but also they're giving you the other protector too.
They're giving you the brand new hard stack, right? The new hard stack.
That's what I'm saying. Wouldn't that typically be 15 plus 10 for the hard stack? So 25?
No, their hard stacks are $20. They're like pop.
Oh, they're giving. That's right, Josh. That's right.
Giving away their new armor.
You get the sealed one.
I had no problem with that $35 bundle. I had no problem. The only thing I was questioning, I was like, all right, if it was which Chalice has, they've gotten a few very obscure, random, they did get a Star Wars exclusive a couple years back, if you guys remember, Darth Maul with the dark saber and one of his own lightsabers. That was awesome. If this situation was Star Wars, I'm not trying to bring it back to Star Wars, I'm just trying to show you something that I collect so I can relate to these people. And if they were to say hey, it's $95 for this Star Wars pop, but it's signed, I wouldn't want it. I would just be like, hey, I just want the unsigned version, but I want to support you today. I think they lost out on money because there was probably all those people in the chat that would have been like, I want an unsigned one today. And how many of those people? And they said also too, correct me if I'm wrong on this, they said any that were left over by August 5th. What if there's none left over? What if they sell through all of them and they're all signed? That means none of them.
They won't be all signed.
Are they specifically reserving a portion?
They're already signed. You see them. They're ready to ship. The ones that are signed, because it's Whatnot, you have to ship in 2 days.
No, I know, but is there a portion of the 9,500 that they are purposely not signing?
Yeah, and they also said we did not receive the entire run of LEs as they're shared internationally. Remember, numbers are shared internationally, so it could be a 5,000 pop. Doesn't mean Chalice got all 5,000. Right. So
it's just still weird to me, why you wouldn't give people the option to buy it unsigned. That's
I think they're trying to sell some of the. I'm sure they got a bunch signed. They probably wanted to do something different and special with them, and
I'm reading some of the comments. Unfortunately, my comments I had to highlight the comments. I had to bring up a different window for the comments, so I apologize for that because there are some good comments in here, and I'm reading what. If this was something I was collecting, because I'll be honest, like the whole thing, I don't even want to bring up Thrilljoy today because really whatever, but like I didn't really listen, maybe
You guys can talk whatever. I already said my piece, so
yeah, I don't want to go into too much detail, I'm okay with missing out on stuff. I didn't really love the way that they did their drop, and maybe it's because I didn't get anything. We got an email last night. It was supposed to be a certain time. I was all locked in for that. Then they sent another email that corrected that, and I didn't see that until later on, which ended up being earlier in the night. And I don't know if they sold out last night because honestly, I was past all that by this morning. So I didn't love the way that stuff happened, and I kind of get this. Like if they're only selling on Whatnot today, and you miss out today, and let's say they send everything to their Poppin Sun store or whatever, Frankensons. I'm sorry.
The regular stores too. Don't forget, Chalice has a ton of stores.
Well, and the regular stores, but if this was your only chance to get it online, and obviously I don't live in California, and I think all of Chalice's stores are in California, if I remember correctly. That's kind of a bummer. Like you don't have another chance of getting it for retail, most likely, because then it's Flipper City after that, which rightfully so. So
is it any different than doing like if they did an exclusive and they did a like Funko Hollywood does their exclusives?
No, I don't think it is any different. That's why I'm saying like I get like I don't get like outrage where I'm being like maybe didn't get any of it. Like let me tell you, like I got Leonardo. I was lucky enough to pull the chase. But now I didn't even get a chance to get the Rocksteady and Bebop. I didn't get the chance at the Jason that I kind of wanted, which I was going to try, so I'll try to pick it up when
go to Hot Topic. I got one today. I went to Hot Topic and bought it.
And that's what I'm saying, Jet. Like I'm lazy.
No, they didn't announce it. I just have to see mine.
I'm lazy.
I think one of the things that Thrilljoy did terrible was promoting when their stuff was going on sale. Hot Topic, they never said when Hot Topic was going to get their stuff, like at the same time.
I was even looking at Hot Topic.
That's why I was live the other night and we were talking and Ace was on there and he was checking Hot Topic and we were searching, but it would come up in the search like at the bottom, like potential search, but you click on it, it wouldn't let you go do it. So the new stuff would come up and you could see it, but not yet. Soon as that time hit, that 9:00 hit, which is 6, they were going live at 6. And I think they did that because of preview night a little bit too, like when people could first buy Thrilljoy maybe. But they didn't announce it very well. They did a terrible job promoting. On their website said nothing. They didn't have a countdown clock or anything like that. But I said I waited because I wanted to see what was going on Hot Topic because all their stuff was still eligible for Hot Cash. I saved 50% off my order pretty much by going through Hot Topic plus free shipping. And the only thing I bought on the Thrilljoy site itself was Voltron because it was a UCC distributing one. So only Thrilljoy had it, not actually on Hot Topic. But Hot Topic, I could get Bebop, Jason, like all those before they sold out. You could get them and get Hot Cash with them. That means some of them are going to be on stores. I guarantee Jason's going to be in stores. Chucky's going to be in the stores. Those two I picked up today.
Well, I'm going to go
don't go crazy. I'm going to go crazy
and...
for people on like Whatnot. Don't go like crazy buying stuff at like on people's streams or anything trying to sell these.
Stuff was going for most of it was going for double retail. I'd seen some of their actual figures. I took a screenshot of one of them. I think it went for like $80, which I was surprised. I mean, it's only 1,000 piece, but I was still kind of surprised that people are buying in to that already. I mean, I guess good for them. I'll check out a Hot Topic. I mean, and I'd like to get to Jason more than anything.
Yeah. I think I mean, the cool thing about the Jason and Chucky, like they're literally just holding weapons for the difference of the chases. Bebop Rocksteady is a very different case. Some of that kind of stuff, but just a terrible job promoting it.
Yeah.
And I know they did. I know, John, you talked about it too. I did not like how they did the Whatnot stream as well too. They did a good job the week before by not doing that and just doing giveaways. I was like, I thought they learned their lesson.
They got
and did it. And then they like, you know what? Brian Mariotti's on. He'll sign stuff and people will buy it. Which, you know what? If if people want to buy it at a certain point, I'm saying you want to pay for that, go ahead. Like I said, it's not good for the business, but if you want to throw down to have him sign it or something like that, go for it. I can tell you now from selling some of the more limited, I sold a 24 piece. The main reason the person bought my 24 piece from me was because it was not signed.
I had this picture sent to me, like a version of this picture sent to me like 25 times. Like, I couldn't believe it. I thought I went in there because somebody was like, "Dude, you're not gonna believe how bad it is right now." And I was like, "How bad is it?" And my friend was like, "Brian Mariotti's scalping his own product."
I thought they would be giving away stuff again. Like,
I was like, "No way, no freaking way."
Use it as a tool.
It's not a good look.
It just it's a bad way to do it, and I was
so sad.
Like, but at the end of the day, if someone wants to pay for that and they know it's going live in like an hour or two after that, But even like the con stuff doing that, let someone else from Whatnot scalp your stuff for you.
It's so bad.
Yeah,
it's so bad.
Like let them sell the blue or whatever.
Like people I'm not gonna get into it too much because people have been attacking me for the last couple days. However, I will say this: if it was the shoe on the other foot, if Original Funko went live on Whatnot last night and sold all of their San Diego Comic-Con stuff before they sold it to anybody at the con, the community would be in such an outroar. It would be war. Straight.
Dallas shows you like how people reacted
in the street
when they posted.
Yeah,
like people
it's a massive problem. Like it's unethical. It's unethical. That's all it is. It's unethical. You are forcing and twisting the arms of your biggest supporters by thinking that you are giving them something special and you are just taking more money out of their pocket. But unfortunately, I truly believe that it's going to backfire. And I'll just continue to say this: if this company is still around end of the year, next year, like I'll just be shocked. Like it's just, and they've lost. What they don't realize too is like when you're a business, you got to think long term. And how you think long term is you be good to the people that you have. And Thrilljoy is actually really lucky in the fact that they have gotten a lot of support, more support than most companies get at all, let alone in they're not even a year old. Like they should be so grateful that they have what they have.
Well, and I think that's a perfect reason to give away stuff or do something like do that because people wanted to buy your stuff. Hot Topic must have a huge order with them to be getting in all this stuff and selling it. Like literally my Hot Topic order shipped tonight. Like I saw a shipping thing tonight from Hot Topic. So, I mean, Hot Topic had them in hand, at least that's always a good sign too, as well, compared to in the past. So I think other things like that, like I don't know if they don't get that, like that piece of it. I think they make a good product and they did a good way of doing the chase and everything around it. And they've listened and kind of adjusted their product.
The structure of their product is brilliant.
The little things on the little differences they made too. Like even the back of the box showing all three, like potential figures or two potential figures instead of
I think presentation-wise, I think
it's truly genius what they have, and they could really run with it, and they could be a massively successful company. It's just I think they're just seeing such short term. And Chase, you're absolutely right. Thrilljoy isn't forcing anyone to buy the product, but when the CEO goes live on an auction platform and they started at $1 and they've got all these people in there who want his attention, who want the main lady's attention, like they're gonna bid it up. That's what the app is for.
I mean, they want to show off. They want to show I got money, I can buy it.
Everybody wants it first. Like it's the same thing when you're at a sporting event and they come out with the t-shirt cannon and people are literally like pushing over little kids. They want the t-shirt. They'll do whatever it takes because they want to get it first.
I mean, to play devil's advocate a little bit, because I'm with you. Like I don't feel like but I'm starting to see this more and more from a lot of companies, and I think that maybe this trend is just going to continue. And I don't think it's necessarily because I don't think they're making enough money on these things to like change anything as far as trajectory of their business, because I don't think it's a business model to like it's not and I don't want to say take advantage of your customers, because like sometimes it just happens this way. If they're fans of, like, I have no issue with people buying this stuff. I have no issue. really, I don't even really necessarily have an issue with them selling stuff. I think it rubs me a little bit the wrong way, just the way I look at things. But I understand other people. It's an opportunity. Like if you're really like, so what I'm thinking about right now is V Friends. I don't know if you guys pay attention to Gary V. He does the exact same thing. I mean, he signs stuff. He sells for stuff on his website.
Free before it launches? Or
Well,
after?
no, so that's okay. That's a little bit
That's
different.
the big thing.
That's a little bit
the
different, but
difference to me.
he does sign stuff. They sell stuff that goes higher than what they could sell it for. So, but are they doing
And
that?
he has lost a lot of people in the last year.
You're right, and that could possibly be the case.
He has
That's why I'm saying
he has burned a lot of people, and I'm one of them. I was the biggest Gary Vee fan. I met him in New York Comic Con. The stuff that he's been doing over the last 8 months is so scummy. I don't like it. It is completely against, and it's the exact opposite of everything he preached for the last 10 years about good business, treating people well. Unfortunately, I think money changes people, and Whatnot is an app that you can use, and like you have the power to use it for good or use it for evil. And I think unfortunately you're seeing these companies, and if this is the way of the future, kind of like what you're hinting at, Vince, if more companies, because Whatnot
more and more now.
but Whatnot is not the only auction app. There's plenty of other platforms out there. But if companies are going to just go live, TikTok Shop, whatever you want to call it, if they want to go live and take advantage of people, then once again, it is on us. It's the onus as the collectors, the consumers, the buyers, whatever you want to call it, because this is shady. This is scummy. This is unethical. They are deliberately taking advantage of the people because they know if they weren't, if they were going about it the right way, they already set up. Here's the problem. They already set a price for their product. If there was no price for their product, if they were saying, hey, we're making this, we're not going to sell it at retail, we're just going to give them away, auction them off here. That's not the case here. They have a product. It's at a set retail. If they were to go live and say, here, all the products are in the buy it now, you can buy them at the set price. There you go. But they are trying to change the narrative. They are trying to add hype to their own product.
Yes. Now
that is completely ass backwards, terrible business. Because look,
I don't know if it's terrible business. I actually think it's exactly what you just said, and I think that's
terrible business for long term. Short term, yes, they're seeing success, but how many people are they pissing off in the process of them reaching into their biggest fans' pockets?
No, well, you're right. Okay, because listen, I think most people that are on those streams want to buy into the hype, want to get excited. They see other people buying it, but I think that you are right. I think that it does rub. Like it rubs you obviously the wrong way. I feel a little bit, I don't love it either, to be honest with you. It rubs me, I don't feel as strongly as you do, because listen, if I feel like you got to allow somebody to take advantage of you, because like Chase said, they're not making anybody do anything. Like if you are giving somebody money willingly, you're not being taken advantage of. Like that's your choice to do that, and if you want to do that for influence, for clout, for whatever you want to do it for, because you truly support a person, I think that all of those things are completely fine. I don't think it's necessarily taking advantage, but I think there is like that false hype that you're trying to drive. And that's what I see a trend. I see that trending, just like Chalice probably did today too. It was a good way to promote it's
their Whatnot. Listen, we're talking about it tonight. Yeah.
If somebody was not
hating things like crazy.
Right. And if somebody wasn't talking, if the hate wasn't, like if people weren't getting upset, would we be talking about? We just talked about it for 20 minutes. Like some of that stuff is just the way I think that the things are going to go. I don't love it because like when you're doing something, because I'm with you, Jen, like if you're selling a product, like, listen, we do pop protectors. I'm never going to have a thing where I put them up for bid and I'm going to throw in an extra thing of whatever, a sticker with it.
You gotta sign them all. Vince, you gotta sign.
It would make me feel weird. It just, well, maybe I'll do. Maybe I will do it. I don't know. Drive some hype, I guess. But
it's
no. But you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not gonna drive the hype. Like if I don't know, there's certain things I guess that I wouldn't.
So I guess
what are your thoughts, Josh? What do you got?
Well, I wanted to like go back to also. I think one thing Funko has well established with their retail partners when they sell stuff to them. They have to sell it at a certain price point for a certain point. Like Chalice had to sell those and had to get Funko's agreement on what price they could sell those for. and they have to stick to that. They can't go like, oh, we're gonna sell these for $100 each, just because we want to sell them for $100 each, and we know we're only going to release 100 every month, and 100 people, like, they could do that, if they really wanted to, like, but Funko probably be like, no, we don't like that. That's not in our contract. We have other things going on. I feel like Thrilljoy has worked with like other people. I'm sure people like Plastic Empire and others got them at whatever price that they're selling them. I wonder what, $10, $5. I mean, Hot Topic better have got them at a decent price, because I used all my hot cash for everything. So I paid $10 each.
Hot Topic out of business.
I mean, $10 each is what I was going to pay for them. I was like, perfect. I'll buy probably a few more than I normally might have had bought too, because I could have got hot cash and an extra chance at a chase, and that's what I'll do with sodas too. Like when I had hot cash, or we played chase roulette before and stuff like that. But I think with that is they're also letting like all these people buy and also sell on like Whatnot. Like I saw people selling on Whatnot, like you said. I don't know if they bought them from the booth, or they're getting a retailer price for them and paying $10 for them and selling them for $50 at a con. Like what because they can do that, because the Thrilljoy site is sold out of them, but they just sold them to retailers, and so I don't know. I would be curious, about like how their retail partners work, and like what they're paying for stuff and all those kind of things a little bit too, and what kind of agreements they're going to come to with them. I'm sure they're letting them do whatever they want at this point. Like, here they are. They probably want you to sell them at $20. They probably don't want you to start them lower than $20 at first, but then they're like, whatever you want to do with them. Like after that, you can auction them off. You can try to sell them for a crazy amount. You can get them all autographed by whoever. Maybe you're getting them all autographed by the $6 million man. I don't know if is he still alive?
Unfortunately, I don't think so. I did love that.
But like you have all those kind of like weird things going on. So who knows?
Yeah. Bottom line is it's 2025. There's a lot of different things to collect.
Oh yeah,
there's a lot of competition amongst
everyone's
companies.
trying stuff.
They're all trying different stuff. At the end of the day, they want our money. But I think us as collectors, we have to be really stringent on who we support, because people, like, they will do anything. They will lie to your face. They will say anything, do anything, to get your money. And I think that, especially with collecting, that's business, but I think collecting goes beyond that. And unfortunately, with collecting, you have nostalgia. Like, there's all these things. Like, we have deep childhood memories tied into some of these characters, and companies can lean into that, and they can use that against us. And I use somebody like Mike Becker as a perfect example, and everything I see them doing over at Rocky Moto, I think they have the grounds for long-term success. Are they going to be a $1 billion company that's going to be, Fortune 500 with, shareholders and stocks and everything? Probably not. And that's okay. But he's going to be a homegrown, small company that is going to have this incredible, like, rock star community. And it's because Mike Becker is the man that he will literally take a picture, give you the time of day, sign anything you want for free. Brian Mariotti, as we are coming to find out, he is the exact opposite. He will not give you the time of day. He will not sign something unless it's in front of the screen and it's for profit. And he's going to sit there and literally watch hundreds of people fight over something that is literally going to release in an hour for retail. But he'd rather just sit there and watch people fight over it, and then he'll sign it for you. That is not the company that I want to support. That is not the CEO that I want to support. And for a while, I was really bummed that he left Funko. But now I'm actually glad that he left Funko. And like, I am going to buy some Rocky Moto stuff this weekend, because I want to support companies like Rocky Moto with people like Mike Becker at the helm. I think that collectors, consumers, I think we deserve better. And I think you need to be really smart with your money. And I'm just as critical of Funko. Like, Funko is not perfect, but I still love Funko because they still interact with their fans. They have formulated a great community of fanatics. We can all relate. I actually had a coffee today. I don't know if Ben is still in here, but I had coffee today with an amazing person who traveled all the way from Australia. And he was so kind, and he cut through Pennsylvania so we could have coffee together. And we talked about life. We talked about traveling. We talked about Funko. We talked about collecting, our families, our spouses, everything. And it was amazing. But it was because of Funko and the great company that Funko has created and this amazing community that has been a byproduct of it that we were able to have that conversation. And I don't think that with just the community that Thrilljoy is curating, I don't know if I'll ever have an interaction or, you know, a happenstance with somebody that I'll meet through the Thrilljoy community. And Thrilljoy, going back to what I hinted at earlier, I think they should be very grateful because most, if not all, the people coming over are from the community that Funko built. And that's why I also like what Rocky Moto is doing. Rocky Moto is literally starting from the ground up, and they have some Funko people going over there too, but they're also working really hard to welcome everybody and build a community of their own. I don't see that with Thrilljoy, and I'm telling you this. I do think they have a great product. I think they have a product that will succeed, but all this other shadiness and shenanigans, I don't want to be a part of it. So that's it. That's it.
I will say there's one other thing that you should get today if you haven't got is the Mothra Abominable Chomp. It's still up. I can't believe it's still up. Cool. That thing looks awesome. If you're talking about a good smaller company to support Abominable Toys, has been amazing company. Connor is a really great person as well too, and I've talked with him and chatted with him back and forth sometimes, and it's really cool to see. He's a huge Lego fan too. He got to do the whole Lego experience over there. Matt, I don't know if you ever saw that, John, but you got to do the whole the whole experience over there. But it's really cool to see this one. I can't believe it hasn't sold out. So if you want to check out the Mothra Chomp, I did pre-order that one. It is available on the Abominable Toys website. I think it's coming November or something like that, but it is like huge. It's $100. It's not a cheap one, but it is a bigger mold. It's unique. I like it's not just a mold, mold swap kind of thing looking. So go check those out. Go support another company. It is expensive, but it is quality. I mean, it's cheaper than a Project Fred. So hey, go get one. For the support a smaller maker that only had, I think, 400 of them. They're limited to 400, so not too bad. I'm just surprised how fast the Godzillas have sold out that the Mothra didn't. I don't know if it didn't get, or it's just not Godzilla.
Mothra's,
she's cool though. The colors and everything look amazing on that one.
Yeah, it's crazy. That's how I met Pete. Pete and I cross paths because of the Funko community. And
listen,
who would have thought we were working on the same ship together, which was crazy.
I mean, look at us. Like we wouldn't have this without that. So, good for all of us.
Here every Thursday night.
Every Thursday night for almost friggin' 5 years. Can you believe that? Like 5 years.
And we've been through a lot of ups and downs with Funko as a company, but it's the community. That's why we're still here. It's the community. And of course, we still like the product. We're enjoying collecting, of course, but it's all about the community. The fact that my phone blows up every single day with all these amazing messages and emails and stuff we get. Like, it's unbelievable how much of a blessing it is.
My phone doesn't blow up at all, but I'm still grateful for everybody. And I'm grateful to be here on Thursday night every night. Or every Thursday night. And I can't believe 2 hours went by. We had a lot of stuff to talk about. I think we caught most of it. I know people were I see Monster Pete wants to talk NFTs, which I'd love to talk NFT. I'd love to keep talking all night, but I'm an old man that has to go to bed at some point. So we're going to have to bring this one to an end, but we're going to keep you wanting more for next week, because next week is going to be our best one yet. I don't know why, but you guys are going to have to stick around and find out next week, because I'm sure it's going to be amazing. Now, because the order is somehow I'm on the bottom now. Josh, I'm going to start with you since you're to the left of me, and then we'll go John. And then I'm going to tell you all the amazing stuff that we have. So, Josh, what do you have coming up this week?
All right. So this week we do have a big mystery box that we're unboxing, like a bunch of mystery boxes, because it's from Plastic Empire surprise sets. A huge hit in there, but a lot of other great stuff. So it's a lot. So they have some cheaper, affordable surprise sets. So I went a little crazy on auction, and we had some fun. And then have some Thrilljoy that we just got. So maybe I'll create a little video out of those as well from Hot Topic, horror ones. And then next week we have our big anime auction for all the anime fans that were disappointed they couldn't get something or sold out or whatever else. If you're looking for anime, I will have anime for you. I have a lot of anime. I don't know if I'll be able to get it all entered into the system.
No.
How much anime I have for you guys. But I'll have a lot. Maybe we'll do some fun things. Maybe I'll throw a fun surprise set in there or something too. So lots and lots of anime for you next week on Wednesday night. And then we still have a couple mystery boxes left. I have a link in my Instagram profile, like any of the profiles on our social media, but from our link tree, links you right to a PayPal. If you want to mystery box, we have 10 left. That's it. We shipped everything else out.
Wrapped up.
So 10 left. $75 plus $10. I just did an even $10 for shipping and tax because I took it off the website and just put it on PayPal directly for everyone. We were having issues with the website, so we did that, and we can get those shipped out. Like, I'll slap a label on it and get it shipped out to you tomorrow if you grab one. So they're guaranteed $80 value. So $75 box plus shipping, and then $80 value. 5 of the boxes out of the 30 boxes are double value. So $150 plus. So you're getting 5 of those. Everything else is 80 plus. There's some $100 boxes in there, $90 boxes, all kind of mixed.
Why grab 2?
So, a lot of great hits too. A lot of older stuff, folded stuff, NFTs, all kinds of limited things. So definitely check those out.
Johnny boy.
Man, I am so sorry to disappoint Monster Pete. Unfortunately, PFO, I believe, is on my channel. We had it on Josh's channel. But you don't. If you only want to come on Josh and Vince's week, I understand. It's okay. It is what it is.
Yeah. Too.
We have, honestly, the schedule's been all over the place. I've just been working as hard as I can to get videos out and answer everybody's questions and create the content and everything. So we'll have more videos throughout the weekend. Just want to say thank you to everybody who came out to the stream this morning. It was unbelievable how many people we had watching at such an early hour, especially on the West Coast. So thank you to everybody who came out to the stream. Thank you to everybody who's been watching all the videos all week. I think a lot of things to be excited for. And I hope that throughout the weekend, you guys just are able to pick up whatever you want for your collection. And if you don't end up picking anything up, I think that's great too. You can save a little bit of money for the next con or the next drop and everything. Because don't forget about budgeting and saving money, because that is also something that I feel like some people put by the wayside, especially around con season. So don't let that slip. And then Anna wanted to end on a positive note. She's excited for the first DC Lego fully modular building that we're getting. They did announce the Arkham Asylum. I'm super excited for that set. I wish I had Nightwing. I feel like that's my only real gripe with it. But other than that, I'm really fired up. And hopefully we'll be able to pick that up in the next few years. But that's all I got.
Well, guys, I mean, this was an amazing evening. I just seen Anna had mentioned something about Ronald McDonald House. We did our family live. We announced the total, but I didn't post it anywhere on Instagram or anything like that. I don't even know if we said anything in a video, which now I'm like realizing this. So I'll say it right now. We were able to wow. Like I didn't say it anywhere else. We were able to raise $15,000. If you guys were not part of our live stream, we raised $15,000. Actually, to be exact, $15,210 will be the check that we write out for the Ronald McDonald House. We are actually going to the Ronald McDonald House tomorrow. We got like 60 pops or roughly around that, whatever fits in a gigantic box. We're taking those as well. So we're presenting the check tomorrow. I think they wanted to give us a little tour, which we've done the tour over there before, but we'll be happy to do that again. So yeah, it was, guys, got to say thank you again. Like, if I felt like I said something before, but now that like I'm talking, I guess I have not put that out there. So it was pretty amazing. I really didn't think we'd get over 12 grand this year, and we did 12,500 last year. So to go over 15,000 was pretty amazing. And thank you guys for all your help with that. And most of the people in the chat, I should have said it earlier because I know most everybody else left. But listen, thank you for that. We've got videos coming out next week. Make sure you guys enjoy those. hopefully we got some fun stuff over the weekend. Guys, enjoy SDCC for the rest of the weekend. If you're picking up anything on Whatnot, bid responsibly. I think that stuff will. I think you'll be able to find some deals if you don't find it this weekend, or maybe you'll find some deals this weekend. You never know. So, guys, thanks for joining us this happy Thursday. We hope you guys have a great weekend ahead, and we will see you guys next Thursday on John's channel, I believe.